Pregame show. Mass Mutual Insurance, Planning, Investments. Now, here's Joe Weil.
For the 11th time this season, Garrett Crochet takes the hill after a Red Sox loss. And today the Sox hope their ace can guide them to a series win in Seattle against the Mariners. From the WEEI Red Sox studios in Boston, I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. We have Will Fleming and Lou Merlone once again on the call from T-Mobile Park. First pitch is coming up at 4:10 from Seattle. And first pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. And the Sox 6-game winning streak obviously came to an end last night. And the question now, 2 games into the post-Rafael Devers era, is where will this team find some offense? Because they have scored 2 runs over the last 2 games, albeit against some good pitching on the Mariners side. But dating back to when Devers was still here, they've scored just 17 runs over their last 7 games. And what had propelled the Sox to get back over 500 was their starting pitching. And over their 6-game winning streak, Red Sox starters went 5-0. They had an 0.89 ERA in that process. But that good run of starting pitching came to an end last night with Walker Buehler on the bump. And here is the play of last night's game brought to you by Nissan. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today.
Base is loaded. 1 out, 2 outs, I should say, with a run in the second. Here's the pitch, and it's high into right field. That thing is crushed. It is back at the wall, and it is gone. Cal Raleigh hits a grand slam, his 27th homer of the year. You can see that coming all the way. Walker Buehler has given up 5 in the second.
Yeah, another home run for Big Dumper. He leads Major League Baseball with 27 home runs. And Walker Buehler, he ended up going 3 1/3 innings, and he allowed 8 hits and 8 runs while walking 4 batters. His ERA now for the season has ballooned to 5.95. Sox lost 8-0 last night. And after the game, Buehler spoke about his disappointing start to the year.
Yeah, kind of back to the drawing board a little bit, but at the end of the day, it sucks to fail on that kind of level with kind of where our team's at and how we've been feeling about ourselves and starting to play really good baseball. And, to be an older guy that is brought in here to kind of try and help lead and to perform the way I have been is tough and embarrassing, really.
And so once again, Garrett Crochet, he's been thrusted into the stopper role of sorts, and the Red Sox, they're 38-37 now on the year, 5.5 games back of first place still, with the Yankees floundering recently, and they are a half game out of the wild card as well. Seattle, meanwhile, they're 37-35. They hold the third wild card spot right now, and they have taken 3 out of 5 against the Red Sox so far this year. So we have the series finale coming up in Seattle, and it's time now to bring you today's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Here's the starting 9 for the Red Sox today. Jarren Duran, he leads things off. He is in left field. He's hit just 186 over his last 12 games, so the Sox would like to get his bat rolling. Abraham Toro, he is batting second. He is at first base. Roman Anthony in the 3 spot, and he's 2 for 25 to start off his big league career with the home run, obviously, a couple days ago. Romy Gonzalez, he's been great. He's in the DH spot, batting cleanup, hitting 322 on the year. He's got a 4-game hitting streak as well. Marcelo Mayer bats 5th. He's at third base again, hitting 214 in his short big league career. Trevor Story, he doesn't have a hit yet in this series, 0 for 7 with the walk. He bats 6th. He's a shortstop. 7, 8, 9 looking like this for the Sox today. A little different. David Hamilton at second base. Christian Campbell gets his first start in center field since May 26th. We'll talk to Will Fleming about that. And Connor Wong, he rounds out the 9 here as he gets to start at catcher. Obviously no Carlos Narvaez in the lineup today. And a lot of talking points about the Red Sox right now, and one thing that was talked about a lot yesterday was an article that MLB insider June Lee put out about the Red Sox and some of the stuff that he's reporting has happened within the organization. And during an appearance on NBC Sports Boston, he said that there's a state of organizational dysfunction right now going on within the whole organization. And what June Lee said on the air is that a candidate who pursued a position in Boston's front office was subjected to 5 rounds of interviews with a bot powered powered by artificial intelligence, and claimed in the article that that person never actually spoke to an actual person. Well, Rob Bradford had a chance to catch up with Craig Breslow to talk about that, and he is the star of today's Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill, which is presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. And here is Rob Bradford with Craig Breslow.
Just give you an opportunity to... Yeah, I mean, my understanding is there's like an initial screening, but then that's used as a first filter, and then there's like human interactions and conversations, in-person Zooms. So I've had a number of conversations with this, like I said, in person and over Zooms with people that we've hired.
When, you know, in the case of baseball operations, obviously these are important jobs. Probably the human interaction part of it, I would imagine, happens fairly early on the process.
Yeah, especially because, you know, you're trying to find not just the right skill set, but the right fit in terms of like culture and values. Working in baseball is really unique and it's demanding, and you want to make sure that the person that you are potentially bringing in understands what they are getting themselves into, and that it's the right type of fit.
So in this report, it was said, oh, they went through it 5 times. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... My short answer is I'm not sure, because I know that I have had direct conversations with people. But like I said, if using this as kind of like a first filter, because the number of people who want to work in baseball is so big, like, I think it makes sense. Now, I don't think we can make hiring decisions without actually talking to people.
I think that also the higher up, tell me if this is unfair, but the higher up the food chain when it comes to like the job, that probably less reliant you are on that process, the initial Zoom or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, there are...
In other words, Alex Cora probably did not go through this when you hired him, right?
Right. There are hires where, you know, we're meeting in person with people for multiple days at a time. They're spending time with, you know, our leadership team, the department leadership. Like, it's a pretty comprehensive process. We feel like, you know, we try to get to know candidates as well as we possibly can.
All right, so that's Craig Breslow addressing the report about the bot that one person that was pursuing a job within the Red Sox front office had to ultimately go through. And again, this person claimed he never spoke to an actual person. Craig Breslow addressing it there with Rob Bradford. And listen, there's going to be a lot of talk around this organization. The best thing that they can do is just win ball games, and they go for their 4th consecutive series win today against the Seattle Mariners. They got their ace on the bump, and let's give you today's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And it is Garrett Crochet on the hill, 6-4, 2.24 ERA in 15 starts. Luis Castillo, a guy that was often put in rumors that was him possibly going to the Red Sox in the offseason. He's had a really nice season with the Mariners, 4-4, 3.29 ERA in 14 starts. But let's go back to Crochet. His last start was incredible against the Yankees. What theater in that game at Fenway Park. 8 1/3 innings pitched. He allowed 4 hits, the 1 run being that solo home run he gave up to Aaron Judge on the last pitch he threw. He threw 107 pitches in that outing, walked 1, struck out 7. And this season, he's tossed more innings than any other pitcher in the American League, in only a third of an inning off the MLB leader, which is Atlanta's Spencer Schwellenbach. So he's also thrown more pitches than any other pitcher in this sport, but he's produced. He's 6th in the American League in ERA with a 2.24 mark, 2nd in the American League in Fangraphs wins above replacement, only behind Tarek Skubal. And in a season which has been so inconsistent, this guy has delivered on the mound time and time again. And once again, he pitches in a big spot. On the other side, with Luis Castillo on the hill, 32 years old. He's tossed quality starts in 5 of his last 6 starts. Obviously a 3-time All-Star, but overall just putting together a nice season again. And over his last 9 starts, he's posted a 2.72 ERA. He's throwing the 4-seam fastball, the sinker, a career high amount of times as well combined. Both those pitches have been nasty, and we'll see what the Sox offense can do against him here in the final game of a 3-game set in Seattle. And you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to hear Lou Merloni's pregame chat with Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and that's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. But we have Will Fleming joining us next from T-Mobile Park. Again, Sox Mariners coming up today at 4:10. I'm Joe Weil. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
If you have summer plans, then make Macy's Summer Style Sale your first stop. That's because you'll find amazing deals on exactly what you need to make any summer occasion feel like a getaway. Whether you're headed to the beach or your friend's backyard, we're talking matching sets, airy linen, swimsuits, cover-ups, and so much more for 25 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So no matter where you're going, head to the Summer Style Sale starting tomorrow at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on a free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash and product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. resident 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
How frustrating is the lack of run support?
Not at all. For me, I'm focused on doing my job. The other team's got some good major league quality pitching on their side as well. So, I'm just trying to keep us in it as long as I can. That's all I focus on.
And Garrett Crochet has certainly done that so far with the Red Sox through 15 starts. And once again, he's on the bump as the Sox take on the Mariners. Final game of a 3-game set. Joe Weil with you. And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. And now Will Fleming joins us from T-Mobile Park. And, Will, it seems like deja vu on these Crochet starts and bringing you on and having to bring up, once again, a must-win game here. How important is this game, do you think, with what's looming this weekend with the Sox taking on Rafael Devers and the Giants?
I wouldn't make too much of it. I mean, yes, you want to win a series. You'd like to make it 4 straight series wins, and definitely we'll all focus on what goes on in San Francisco this weekend. There's no denying it, but never would I call this a must-win at all. It's just not what it is. I mean, the Red Sox won 6 in a row. They lost last night, but they're still rolling. Now, I will say that just in the broader sense, Crochet days are really important because for now, until Bregman and Abreu come back and maybe they make some additions at the deadline, they need to win on pitching, and he's their best pitcher. So, I mean, there's that part of it, but I really don't. I mean, I know everyone in Boston is going absolutely crazy about the trade and parsing through everything. I'm sure you'll ask me some stuff about that, which I have some pretty strong feelings about lately. But I don't think that anybody is going to be well served in the short term reacting to how many hits Devers gets versus how many hits the Red Sox get, what the records of the teams are, what the offense looks like. We know the Red Sox offense is worse without Devers. That's not hard. That's not complicated. It's true. What they look like in a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, that's the real question. And I think there's a real charge on everybody to answer that question. But I don't worry about, to me, whether Garrett Crochet wins today and whether the Red Sox win a series in Seattle has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not it was the right or wrong decision, or it's just not related to the Devers thing. I understand why everybody wants to talk about it, and it's real. I get it. it's visceral for me, just as it is for all the Red Sox fans out there. But it's just one game. The Red Sox are in a good spot up after the last week, but they sure could use a good one from Crochet.
Well, since you kind of volunteered it there, what new thoughts do you have based on what has developed recently?
I would say that the more you talk to players, the more you hear about what actually went on behind the scenes, as Lou and I discussed last night. I completely understand why the Red Sox felt they had to go in this direction. I know that communication could have been better, but when you have sort of a non-compliant person who works for you in a defiant way, and then immediately goes to a new place and says, I'll do whatever you want, no problem, let's do it, I'm in. That is insulting, and I think that paints a picture for people about what's going on. And then the other thing that I would say is that I'm a member of a group of people who talk for a living and get paid to opine about and talk about sports. I think the feeding frenzy that's going on right now around this story is generating a lot of things that are, number one, patently false and incorrect, just wrong, right? It's one thing to write a column and state an opinion about what you think should or shouldn't have happened. It's entirely different to talk about things that you're just wrong about. And I think that's happening in a lot of these pieces that are being quoted by people to cite a level of dysfunction or whatever. And we can have that conversation. And by the way, Sam and Craig and John and everybody would say we got some things wrong in this whole thing. And we got things wrong in the last 4 or 5 years. But in the moment right now, people are just trying to make names for themselves. They're trying to write stories that get clicks and appear on podcasts, and they're taking granular little things from anonymous sources, people who interviewed for low-level jobs, or people who are like the third-level agent associate for the player that's now in San Francisco, and quoting them as if it's the gospel truth. I get that that's the world we live in. I'm over it. I mean, we have a lot of information, and that's a blessing. We're close to this thing. I want people to step back and evaluate this thing on the merits of what it actually is. You have every right to have the opinion that the Red Sox could have and should have communicated better in the offseason and found a way to make peace with Rafi Devers. And all those people are right that the club is better with Devers in the fold. But this notion that after the fact, like the line, Joe, that has driven me more crazy than anything I've ever heard in print in 10 years is that it's not what you ask, it's the way you ask it. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, he's a grown man making $35 million a year. Do you think that Buster Posey asked Rafi any more nicely than Craig Breslow or Alex Cora to play first base? No. And so Rafi took his personal whatever rift with anybody here and dug in, and that's what happened. And now I just don't want the hit pieces and all these retrospective of like, this is a symptom of total organizational failure because look what happens now, they didn't ask him the right way. I'm sorry, I'm over all of that stuff, and I think everyone should be cautious. Judge the results on the field, base your reactions about whether the Red Sox win or don't, whether they reallocate the money, whether they win World Series. All of that is totally legitimate, but I think I'm probably in a little bit of a maritime mindset because we were out fishing for all these coho salmon yesterday. But don't take the chum in the water. And I think that's what a lot of these writers are doing right now, is just throwing chum into the water to get themselves out there. And I think a lot of the things that are being written and said are just patently false.
And it won't help, obviously, with a series coming up against the Giants in San Francisco. At least you get to be reunited with your brother, Will. Let's hit on a couple of today-related baseball things. Looking at the lineup, you see Christian Campbell back in center field. What's the rationale for getting him back out there for his first start since May 26th?
I mean, the rationale is that they're just trying to get guys days off in certain spots, and they figure that with a right-hander, Luis Castillo, on the mound, that, you know, this is a day for Cedon to get right. Maybe he's feeling a little something. Alex Cora does this a lot. He'll sort of map out weeks and months where there's an off day tomorrow, and so he'll say, I'm going to really lean on Cedon, and today is a day where I can get him 48 hours off his feet. So I think there's nothing more to that than anything. I think we're all learning that Christian Campbell has a long way to go defensively, and at this point, offensively, too. I really believe, Joe, that that's one of those things in the next 2-3 weeks to really monitor, because Devers is off the roster. Does Massa come up when Bregman comes back, when Abreu comes back? What's the future look like for Christian Campbell? And I don't think that's an easy answer. I can't say with any level of certainty that sending him down would be better than keeping him here to try to learn and figure it out. I don't have those answers, but I do know that he just doesn't look right at all offensively, at all. I mean, it's just the game has adjusted, and he's not comfortable or good enough at the plate right now, and they got to find some answers there.
Over the last 7 games, Will, the team has scored 4 or less runs. Obviously, they've won a lot of these games because the starting pitching has been so good. But I guess this is the question I kind of hit on, or I brought this up at the top of the show. The question will become, how does this team figure it out offensively without a guy like Rafael Devers in the lineup? What is the key for you to kind of create something sustainable offensively here before they get Bregman back?
You mean other than saying the rosary every day? I would just say I do think it needs to be a different brand. First of all, the number one part of the answer is Jarren Duran. Like, he's got to get going. Like, he's now, better or worse, veteran or not, he's the engine of this offense. That's just the bottom line of this until Abreu and Bregman get back. Duran has got to be awesome. And by the way, he's been pretty vocal about this whole thing, and he does not seem like he's all that upset that Devers is gone, and that's fine, right? But okay, come back, answer, lead, be the dude. He tripled here in game 1. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. I think really, Joe, if you and I are talking in a couple weeks and this offense has scored more than 3 runs a game, it's because Duran has gone crazy, period. I think that's the only way that happens, because I don't think it's reasonable to expect that Anthony and Mayer are going to just go crazy in their rookie years, especially where they're hitting in the lineup. Take that aside. Let's say Duran isn't like an all-star MVP pace for a couple weeks. It's just going to have to be, unfortunately, timely hits, picking your spots, small ball, bunt a guy over, hit a sac fly, get him in. But all that depends on starting pitching too, right? You're not going to win enough games when you score 3-4 games a night. So I wish I had a better answer for you, Joe, but the minute this trade went down, we all knew this. That's the reality. You can make an organizational stand. You can say, this is best for us. We need to lean into the idea that people need to be pulling on the rope. All that I get. The offense is way, way, way worse without him. And he covered up a lot of warts, and now the spotlight is on these young guys. So there's no clear answer as to how that happens until Bregman and Abreu return.
Well, hopefully Duran can be a part of the solution today, and we'll see what the rookies can do back in the starting lineup. All 3 of them, Marcelo Mayer, Roman Anthony, and Christian Campbell. Will, appreciate the time as always. Look forward to the call and another Crochet Day.
That's it. Oink, oink.
All righty. You can listen to Will and Lou, obviously, today in Seattle. First pitch coming up at 4:10. And you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up next, we'll have Lou Merloni's pregame chat with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. As always, that's presented by your New England Ford dealers. We're getting you set for Boston versus Seattle at T-Mobile Park. First pitch at 4:10. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
If you have summer plans, then make Macy's Summer Style Sale your first stop. That's because you'll find amazing deals on exactly what you need to make any summer occasion feel like a getaway. Whether you're headed to the beach or your friend's backyard, we're talking matching sets, airy linen, swimsuits, cover-ups, and so much more for 25 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So no matter where you're going, head to the Summer Style Sale starting tomorrow at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Greater Boston. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall, did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's Morning Lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is Joe Giacalone, founder of Arch Painting, with some exciting news. For 27 years, you've known Arch for our great service, accountability, and innovation. Now, with PaintZen, powered by Arch, we're taking innovation to the next level with our advanced technology to automate pricing and scheduling for residential paint jobs. Even more exciting, we're bringing PaintZen to Lowe's Companies customers in New England. You can now use the PaintZen platform through a local participating Lowe's store or go online to book one of Arch's tremendous crews. Go to Lowe's.com and look for house painting services or visit a participating store and scan the QR code on the in-store signage. With a few keystrokes, you can get an instant quote and book an appointment. We know you've got a lot going on in your day. With PaintZen, we're using technology to match your busy lifestyle, delivering that home beautification project faster and easier than ever. At Arch, we never stop innovating.
It's Alex Cora. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. You just heard the voice of Alex Cora, who, by the way, has won 559 games managing the Red Sox. That's only one shy of tying Pinky Higgins for third most managerial wins in franchise history. So we'll see if he ties that mark today with Garrett Crochet on the bump as the Red Sox go for their fourth consecutive series win. They've also won 5 of their last 6 rubber matches as well. So they got their horse on the hill as they take on the Mariners at 4:10. And coming up now is our interview with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles Ford from America for America. And here is the Red Sox manager with Lou Merlone.
We're here with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Alex, tough one last night. Walker Bree, you guys were in such a good run starting pitching-wise. Walker goes out. It just seemed like he really didn't have command of really anything early on.
Yeah, I mean, there were 8 at-bats that we had 2 strikes.
and they got on base. Walk, single, double, obviously the hanging changeup and an O count, but we weren't able to put him away. It seems like the lefties were sitting one side of the plate. It was inside, and they pulled the ball. Some of them hard, others, C9 singles, but we just got to be better at that, finishing hitters.
You guys have been such a good run with this rotation. I don't think we focus enough on defense, right? Because that allows guys to go deep. So how important is that during this stretch, the defense you guys have been playing lately?
It's been better. Been able to turn some little plays. The other day, Hammy comes in the 8th inning. He turns a great little play, right? I think it was 6-4-3, right? And then he makes a play to his left. So there's something that we expected from our group. Obviously, KC had his struggles, throughout the season, but he's gotten better in certain areas. We're still going to push him to be better. Toro has been solid there. We're missing Alex, of course, but Marcelo has been, incredible at third base. So that's something that, as you pitch better, you play better defense, you're in a good spot.
Part of this run, too, we talk about this great run that you're on right now. Offensively, I think it's 17 runs in the last 7 games, right? So scoring enough, but what are you seeing offensively? Anything different?
Good pitching, man. Yeah. Good pitching against us. The 2 guys we just faced here and this ballpark, not too many teams come here and score 10. We're going into a place this weekend, too, in San Fran that is tough to hit. So we've been with the Rays, the Yankees, in consecutive weekends. It's part of the season. But one thing that I really like, although we have strike out a little bit more the last 2 because of who we're facing, we're putting the ball in play. We did it against New York, did an outstanding job, and hopefully we can do that tonight against Castillo.
The 2 kids you have in this lineup now, a lot of times hitting third, hitting fifth, as we saw like last few nights. And listen, they're going to be great players. They're going to be great hitters. But the reality is almost to take the rookie off their label because now they're hitting third and they're hitting fifth. So when does it turn into we got to start getting some production as well?
Yeah, I think you just got to be patient. You see the quality of the at-bats. That's the thing that I pay most attention. And, I know Roman only has 2 hits in the big leagues, but that at-bat, I'll take it any day of the week. And then Marcelo, making adjustments. He drives that ball to left center. That ball is gone in a lot of ballparks. The base hit to right, that was a good one. Then he chased a pitch for a double play after a great at-bat by Carlos, right? So you just got to teach him. The one thing I noticed, we got to help them to manage the game, right? David Hamilton, for example, yesterday, there were 2 outs, first pitch, grumble to shortstop, we're going to have to manage the at-bats, sometimes work the count, sometimes be aggressive, and that's what we're here for. They're kids, they're young, they're good players, but they don't have too much experience.
Christian Campbell will be out in center field here today. I guess it's the 3 days away from second. Was it just kind of clear his head a little bit defensively out of third base, or was it more of David Hamilton getting in games?
No, we needed David to play, get some at-bats, It was a tough one there between Tampa and the Yankees, how to get him at-bats. He faces 3 righties. They got good fastball. He's a good fastball hitter. So get him in there, and hopefully, today he can get a few hits, steal a few bases, and help us win the game.
Wilyer Abreu finishing a rehab. It's a good chance. Maybe he joins you this weekend. Have you guys thought about, do you know how this is going to all play out with this outfield mix?
We have ideas, but it's not as easy as people think. But we're going to be okay. I think the only, I don't want to say problem, right? The only situation we might run into is the whole lefty thing, right? I don't know right now off the top of my head how many lefties San Fran has out of the bullpen, the mix and match. But that's on me. That's on the coaching staff to deal with that. Will is one of our best players, and it'll be good to have him here.
All right, finally, the guy going tonight, Garrett Crochet, had 2 enormous back-to-back starts against the New York Yankees. The last one especially kind of emotional. It wasn't really that stressful, even though it was a tight ball game, I guess, because he threw the ball so well. But 4 days rest, what do you expect out of him here today? Same thing?
Same thing. Go out there. They were good against him at home. They put some good at-bats from Moore on. He wasn't as efficient, so hopefully it's the other way around. He can give us 7, flip the ball to, I don't know who, Weiser, and then to Chappie, and happy flight to San Fran.
Good luck. Hopefully win another series here, Alex.
Thank you, Lou.
All right, that is Alex Cora with our Lou Merloni. Again, Lou and Will have the call today from Seattle. Another big game, series finale, rubber match between the Sox and the Mariners with Garrett Crochet on the hill. Let's get you today's starting lineups brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Here's the 9 that the Red Sox are rolling out today. Jarren Duran leads things off in left field, and as I was talking about with Will Fleming, Will brought him up as a guy that can help kickstart this offense, as he's done so many times. If this offense wants to get rolling now, post Rafael Devers being traded from this team, they're going to need Jarren Duran to step up because he's hit 186 over his last 12 games. Abraham Toro, he's in the 2 spot. He's playing first base. Roman Anthony, 2 for 25 in his big league career thus far, but of course a home run 2 days ago against the Mariners. Bats 30s in right field. Romy Gonzalez, he DHs today against Luis Castillo, and he's cleaning things up. Marcelo Mayer bats 5th. He's at third base. Trevor Story bats 6th. He's a shortstop. 7, 8, 9 looking like this for Boston. It's David Hamilton at second base, who's hitting just 178 on the year. Christian Campbell right behind him. He's playing in center field today. First start in center field since May 26th, so he hasn't played out there in a long time. But the Sox are getting Cedar Rafaela off his feet, and it's Campbell getting the start in center. Connor Wong does the catching today with Garrett Crochet on the hill. Here's the 9 for the Mariners. Dylan Moore is the shortstop leading things off. Julio Rodriguez bats in the 2 spot in center field. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. He is the DH. Jorge Polanco at second base. Randy Arozarena in left field. Mitch Garver, the catcher. Donovan Solano, he's at first base. Ben Williamson is at third base. And Miles Mastrobuoni, he is out in right field, rounding out the 9 for the Seattle Mariners. Again, they have Castillo on the hill. He's 4-4 with a 3.29 ERA in 14 starts. And Castillo, he's been as durable as almost any other pitcher in Major League Baseball. He's one of 5 pitchers since 2019 to have thrown at least 1,000 innings. The other guys in his class is Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and then you have Corbin or Jose Barrios, and then Patrick Corbin, and he's got the 8th most wins above replacement among starters since 2019. So he's been really good, having another consistent year. But of course, the Sox got Garrett Crochet on the bump, who has been awesome, coming off that epic start against the New York Yankees, which the Sox won in walk-off fashion on a walk-off from Carlos Narvaez. The Sox actually have won his last 3 starts as well. So they're 9-6 when Garrett Crochet is on the hill. They'd obviously wish that record was a little bit better, but at the same time, they are taking advantage of these outings from their ace. Coming up next, we will get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. We'll also get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well, let you know what's going on around Major League Baseball on this Wednesday. Sox Mariners coming up in about 25 minutes. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
If you have summer plans, then make Macy's Summer Style Sale your first stop. That's because you'll find amazing deals on exactly what you need to make any summer occasion feel like a getaway. Whether you're headed to the beach or your friend's backyard, we're talking matching sets, airy linen, swimsuits, cover-ups, and so much more for 25 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So no matter where you're going, head to the Summer Style Sale starting tomorrow at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Let's be honest, you've been portrayed as a monster.
Yes.
Evil, maniacal.
What's it like to interview a killer? 48 Hours is taking you inside what we've learned about the criminal mind. This is Killer Conversation. You can follow and listen to Killer Conversation on Tuesdays in the 48 Hours podcast feed on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
the do. This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Add some star-spangled style to your summer with Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale going on now. Shop Hot Buys for every room in your home, now just $6.99. Plus, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide. And don't miss upgrading your patio. Save up to 20% on select outdoor furniture. Or feel the freedom to buy now and pay over time with 0% interest until 2030 on in-store purchases made with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. First pitch coming up between the Sox and Mariners at 4:10. The temperature right now in Seattle, 69 degrees. And Time and Temp is sponsored by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. And every game we have the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. You can listen in for that during the broadcast today. And the question that is on our X account at Sox Booth: with Devers gone, how many Red Sox players will make the All-Star game? None, 1, 2, 3, or more. So we'll see if the Sox can send more than a couple guys, more than at least one to the All-Star game. They have several candidates. One of those guys on the mound today in Garrett Crochet, obviously, who has been fantastic for this team this year. It's time now for the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And I'm going to go with Jarren Duran in this one. We talked about with Will how important it is that he is the guy that ignites this offense. So I'm going for Jarren Duran today. A hit and a stolen base in this game. That's my lock of the game. Jarren Duran making things happen, not only with the bat, but also on the base paths as well. And it's time now to get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And here's what's on the slate within the division. The Yankees, they've struggled mightily recently. They haven't scored in their last 29 innings. They take on the Angels again coming up at 7:05. Tampa Bay is at home against the Baltimore Orioles. That's a 7:35 start time. Tampa Bay just 2.5 games back of the Yankees. Meanwhile, the Orioles 15 of 22 in terms of winners of 15 of their last 22 games. Toronto, meanwhile, is at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's a 7:07 start time to that game. The Blue Jays 3 games back of the Yankees within the division. You have been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Joe Braverman. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Will Fleming and Lou Merlone. They have the call next of Red Sox versus Mariners with Garrett Crochet on the bump on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you have summer plans, then make Macy's Summer Style Sale your first stop. That's because you'll find amazing deals on exactly what you need to make any summer occasion feel like a getaway. Whether you're headed to the beach or your friend's backyard, we're talking matching sets, airy linen, swimsuits, cover-ups, and so much more for 25 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So no matter where you're going, head to the Summer Style Sale starting tomorrow at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
So you have a podcast, and you really want to make money with it? Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
On my podcast, Aspire with Em Agreed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Em Agreed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is... Red Sox Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by a house.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Merlone.
Good afternoon and welcome to a spectacular afternoon in Seattle, Washington. T-Mobile Park, the home of the Mariners, where this afternoon the Red Sox and the Mariners play Game 3, a deciding rubber game of their 3-game series. Last night, the Red Sox blasted away. Cal Raleigh's grand slam triggered an 8-0 Mariners win, but a different story today as Garrett Crochet, Red Sox ace, just about the best pitcher in the American League, takes the ball for the Sox. On the other side, Luis Castillo, a guy who was linked to the Red Sox a lot in the offseason, having another really good year with the Mariners. Another great right-handed starting pitcher is on the mound for the Mariners. Different looking, younger again starting lineup for Alex Cora. We'll get you that as we go along, but for now it's time to welcome Lou Merlone to the broadcast booth. And Lou, these Crochet starts are always theater. He was awesome his last time against the New York Yankees. Longest start of his career. It ended with an Aaron Judge home run, but this ballpark, this pitcher, chance to sort of, at least for the time being, put a damper on some of the drama around the Rafi Devers decision. It's a big day for Garrett Crochet.
Well, yeah, it is, and it's a big spot, too, for this team, right? Because you got an opportunity to win your 4th series in a row, tie up the season series with Seattle, a team that you never know late in the year. You know, there could be wild card implications, but whenever this guy's on the mound, you have to win ball games. You're 9-6. It's probably his no decisions. He's got 5 of them. He pitched almost a 1 ERA. So you got to get the offense going. You got to give him 3, right? Give him 3, give him 4. He tried to only get through with 1 against the Yankees, got burned late there, but you know what he is. He's a horse. I expect him to attack this lineup, use that fastball, pound the zone, and hopefully we can have a happy flight to San Fran.
It is the story that will not go away, and of course it won't. I mean, we're going to see Devers day after tomorrow in San Francisco. He played his first game last night with the Giants, and one story after the next comes out day after day about what did or didn't happen here, who communicated, what went wrong, how the wires got crossed. I just wonder, Lou, your sense. I mean, we were around the team today. They seem to be, chugging along here, moving on with life after Devers. You and I have said it 100 times. The lineup is not as good, but I do think the club has sort of a common purpose and they're ready to push forward.
Yeah, they're going to, no matter what, right? No matter who's here, who's not. Like, you can just imagine if Raffy Devers pulled the hamstring and got hurt. Well, yeah, okay, time to move on, right? We got to go out there. He's not in our lineup. We got to go out and try to find a way to get some wins. The hard part is, maybe some guys, weren't happy that he didn't move to first base, and they're like, whatever, team first. But then you sit in your seat and you look up and you see a lineup and you're like, man, I wish I had him. I mean, they know what this lineup is without him. And the hard part is when you look down and you're seeing guys like Anthony and Mayer hitting third and fifth, I think it's fantastic because they're great young players. I think they're going to be great players. But we got to just forget about that they just got here. They're hitting third. Meyer's hitting fifth. Now you got to start producing, right? Like you would normally in a 3-5 hole hitter. They should be in the bottom third of this order, but they're being asked a lot.
A lot of pressure on those young kids. Luis Castillo is sort of stalking on the outfield grass, working his way toward the first base Mariner dugout. Time now for the national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one. Another utterly gorgeous day in Seattle, Washington, one of the most picturesque cities in America and in the world, and it is a perfect backdrop for Game 3 of this series. Garrett Crochet will take the ball in the bottom of the first. Luis Castillo in the top half. Tanner Houck, by the way, is going to make a rehab start tonight for AAA Worcester. Richard Fitz pitched last night for the Woo Sox. He was really good. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law Group, champions for the injured. More than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. And Lou, that pitching depth is really important, especially given what we saw last night with Walker Buehler. Houck just not himself this season. Fitz has been really good at times, but it just matters so deeply that especially with sort of a lessened offense, they got pitching reinforcement waiting.
And you need it. I mean, you're not even halfway through the season yet. You're getting close to it. And you've seen how many pitchers you have needed the first 3 months of the season. So the fact that Tanner Houck is coming back, now we'll see. Hopefully we get an effective Tanner Houck. Richard Fitz, this is just a build-up situation for him, right? We kind of just went back and slowed down that rehab process. So both those arms are exciting. Kind of Crawford's throwing a little bullpen. We'll see how he comes out of that. Because this second half, you can guarantee you are going to need everybody. And to be honest with you, you might be able to take somebody and make them a long reliever and really help out this bullpen kind of reset here in the second half.
Do you think they'd be more likely to do that with Crawford or Houck in the coming weeks?
I think Crawford especially, because he has missed the entire season. So, and plus you can get a rehab if he is feeling strong. We saw what kind of Crawford's like out of the bullpen. We can turn him into a Garrett Whitlock type, a 2-inning guy. I think that can really help as opposed to waiting 3 more weeks to turn him into a starter.
Bullpen should be fresh today. They got the off day tomorrow. You got Crochet, so I'm sure that Alex Cora, as he scripts it in his mind's eye, he's got the idea that let's get a deep one from Crochet and then get right to the high leverage guys. Randy Arozarena is on the first base side. He just did a little handshake routine with Logan Gilbert in front of the Mariners' first base dugout. The Mariners come in 2 above 500. The Red Sox just a game above, but the Yankees have played so poorly lately that the Red Sox, who swept them at Fenway Park this weekend, 5.5 bout. in the AL East. Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Castillo takes the mound, Lou. He's still got a big fastball like so many of these Mariners right-handers, but as to speed, Red Sox did not get enough base runners last night to cash this in. I mean, Wu was awesome, but I do think with the lineup the way that it is, you got Cedar Rafaela taking the day off, but David Hamilton's in there, these young players. I feel like foot speed's got to be a big part of this.
You got to get on the base pass because Mitch Garver's behind the plate here today. He's at 2.07 pop time. That is well below average. You can steal some bases on him, and we'll see if the Red Sox are able to do it here today. Let's get you the starting line. It's brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the Boston Red Sox, Jarren Duran back in the leadoff spot. He's playing left field. Abraham Toro bats second at first base. Roman Anthony stays in the 3-hole. He's out in right field with Romy Gonzalez batting fourth. He's a designated hitter. Marcelo Mayer bats fifth at third base with Trevor Story batting sixth. At shortstop, David Hamilton back at second base. He bats seventh. Christian Campbell will play center field here in Seattle. He bats eighth with Connor Wong behind the plate. For the Seattle Mariners, Dylan Moore, he is leading off at shortstop with Julio Rodriguez playing center field batting second. Cal Raleigh will be the designated hitter today batting third. So it means Jorge Polanco will slide over to second base. He bats fourth. Randy Arozarena, he bats fifth playing left field with Mitch Garver doing the catching batting sixth. Donovan Solano is the first baseman, batting seventh with Ben Williamson batting eighth at third with Miles Mastrobuoni out in right field. He bats ninth. So a lot of right-handers in there, a couple switch hitters. Mastrobuoni, the only lefty, batting ninth for the Garrett Crochet experience for the Seattle Mariners. And with that, Jarren Duran steps in as the Red Sox try to take this rubber match and take their fourth series in a row. For the play-by-play, the voice of the Boston Red Sox, here's Will Fleming.
Great to be with you, Lou. And today the Red Sox hope to render a verdict on this three-game series as Duran digs into the left-handed batter's box, facing Castillo. He's homered against him. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. We're underway, right on time, 1:10. Roof is open. It's utterly glorious, 70 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. The 0-1 to Duran, swing and a miss at a high fastball. Hey, there are not better settings anywhere in Major League Baseball on a day like this than this ballpark.
It's a beautiful ballpark. Great city. Had great weather here the entire time. But you still like to take this last game and get out of here and move on. And Castillo, he is what he is. He's the same guy, right? It's fastball, sinker. He throws those pitches a lot, close to 70% of the time. It's the sliders, the second most pitch. Got a little change up, but he loves his fastball. But you got to get Duran going here, right? You really need him getting on base.
0-2 is a check swing, a high fastball. He did not go. He's 8 for his last 43 is Duran. Home plate umpires the crew chief, James Hoy. John Libka at first, TJ Rayburn at second, and Sean Barber at third. 1-2 swing and a miss. Great changeup. An inauspicious start for the Red Sox here on a beautiful afternoon in Seattle.
Yeah, Jarren just looks jumpy. Like got a little body weight going towards that first base dugout, but because that ball wasn't even close to the plate, right? It's like stay back, see the ball a little bit into the glove, and use your hands.
He really has not walked at all lately either. Here's Abraham Toro, the former Mariner. He takes a fastball for a strike. And it is 0-1. Toro comes in 308 with 5 homers and 13 driven, and he's been a marvel for the Red Sox. How long can that continue? Here's a ground ball foul outside of first base. Told you 1:10 p.m. local, 70 perfect degrees. Brought to you by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. 0-2. High fly into left center field. Arozarena drifts to his left, looking up into the bright sunshine with canary yellow cleats on. He's there to make the play. Then they're 2 away.
Well, Castillo's been throwing the ball well. His last 6, 2.5 ERA. On the year, 4-4, 3.29. He loves pitching in this ballpark.
Overall, who wouldn't, by the way, love pitching in this ballpark? Red Sox have fared pretty well against him. They've got a bunch of home runs, but hitters who did that are not in the lineup today. As Roman Anthony takes a fastball down and in for ball 1. Casas has a homer off him. Devers had 2. 1-0 to Anthony, 2 down. The pitch is a soft ground ball foul. Outside of first, and it's 1-1. Isn't it amazing how quickly, Lou, the ideas, the philosophies can change, where you don't want Roman to come up and be the savior and put too much pressure on him. And now with Crochet on the mound, he's batting third. He swings and fouls a pitch back. It's a changeup from Castillo, and it's 1-2.
Well, the reality is, he and Matt Meyer, two great players. They went down to AAA and did what they had to do, and it was just when they come and when they come and when they come. And I just kept saying, when there's an injury. You know, I mean, you have guys up here that some have great weeks and then a bad week, good week, bad week, but you're sticking with them. And they both got up here due to injury.
1-2 to Roman. Hits him on the back, I think, light above the number 19. Obviously no intent with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And so, with Roman aboard and 2 down, it'll bring up Romy Gonzalez.
But, you know, Roman got up here with a Brayu injury, and Meyer got up here because of Bregman. So that's how depth works. You know, I guess if you get to the deadline and they stay on AAA, maybe you can make a trade, clear some spots and everything else. But they're up here now, and they're expected to contribute. Even that's a big ask for their first 2 weeks in the big leagues.
So here now, Romy, the pitch is a ground ball to short. Easily handled there by Moore to second, the short way, inning over. Gonzalez, the cleanup hitter against a right-handed pitcher. That is life without Devers. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Crochet, though, coming to the mound in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you have summer plans, then make Macy's Summer Style Sale your first stop. That's because you'll find amazing deals on exactly what you need to make any summer occasion feel like a getaway. Whether you're headed to the beach or your friend's backyard, we're talking matching sets, airy linen, swimsuits, cover-ups, and so much more for 25 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So no matter where you're going, head to the Summer Style Sale starting tomorrow at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? On the podcast What We Spend, guests will, for 1 week, tell us everything they spend their money on.
My son slammed $6 worth of blueberries in 5 minutes.
And everything that makes them feel.
I want to own a house. I want to have a child. But this morning, I really wanted a coffee.
Because at the end of the day, money is always about more than your balance. Listen to and follow What We Spend, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Garrett Crochet on the mound at T-Mobile Park under bright sunshiny skies in the bottom of the first. The huge left-hander winds, he throws, and a swing and a miss by Dylan Moore. He's true to his word. Another first pitch fastball. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Crochet has loved pitching in this yard. He's been fabulous with the Red Sox. The 0-1. That's a little bit low. Four-seamer again. And it's 1-1. 15 starts. He's 6-4, which is crazy since he's got a 2.24 ERA. 117 strikeouts. The 1-1. Another swing and a miss. He's got it cooking early, and it's 1-2.
Hey, you know he's going to come with that fastball. He's been fantastic, and really the ERA should be under 2. I mean, we did that. Saw that Yankee game in New York, gave up 5 runs, never should have been.
1-2 is outside, cheapy home run, a couple of them.
But his last start, April 24th, at home against Seattle. 5 innings, 4 earned runs, walked 5 in that outing.
2-2 is inside. It was weird that day. It was wet and rainy. He couldn't grip the baseball. But after 1-2 to Moore, now 3-2. Garrett coming off the best start of his Red Sox life, 8 1/3. Just the homer to Judge. 3-2 is right there. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Beauty from Crochet, and there's one away.
Good cutter. Came right at him with some fastballs. Missed with a sweeper down and in, but gets him with that cutter. And that was the thing. That was the weird part, because the first time through the order, he gave up 4 hits. He walked a couple, gave up 4 earnings.
Here's Julio Rodriguez. That is just power on power. Fastball pumped in. Strike 1. Toro at first. Hamilton at second. Story the shortstop with Marcelo at third. Christian Campbell in center field. 0-1 to Julio. Misses down and in. Ralph Snyder in right with Duran in left. Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group protecting the possible. 1-1 to Rodriguez. Foul straight back. He came with a cut fastball. And it's 1-2.
I'll be curious to see like where he is stuff-wise, fastball, velo-wise, right? Because this is a 4-day rest start. And the last 4-day rest start he had was that Mets start, that short that he had.
Here's a swing and a miss at a nasty fastball, and they're 2 away. How's that for velocity?
Yeah, well, listen, he's not going to get to the 100 that we saw against New York.
Maybe
right?
not yet.
Not yet. I mean, that was, listen, I can see the end. The end is near, and I'm going to give it everything I had. But, 95 coming right at you. It's been a lot of 5-day rest starts. This one's 4. Now he'll have an off day tomorrow. The next one will be 5. But here's
Cal Raleigh, right-handed hitting. Line drive, past the dive of Mayer down into the corner. It bangs off the wall, and that'll be a double for Cal Raleigh. He was ready to hit a heater. Laces it down the line, and he just stays so hot. What a series he's having. And a 2-out double in the first.
Yeah, last night, 3 for 4 at the Grand Slam. Drove in 6. He handled them in game 1, but boy, ever since that first at-bat yesterday, he's all over. It's 95. This is outside. Out of half. He just went out and got it.
He will represent the American League in Atlanta as the all-star catcher. Here now, Jorge Polanco, Mariners switch hitter, batting right. Crochet throws and check swing. That's a strike, isn't it? Yes, it is. Fastball. He went around, and it's 0-1. Garrett, in 5 of his last 7 starts, has gone more than 100 pitches. 117 strikeouts in 96 1/3 coming in. 2 punch-outs in this inning. The 0-1. High fly into right field. Will hang up over to his left is Roman Anthony. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. No score after an inning. In Seattle, runs feel like they're going to be hard to come by today. In the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Emma Greed, and I'm the host of the Aspire podcast, a show where I talk to the world's most brilliant minds about building the life of your dreams. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash and product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connect-to-Care plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything, from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connect-to-Care plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Hi, this is Marcelo Mayer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Marcelo Mayer, it feels like a good day for him to hit a home run in Seattle. Leads off against Luis Castillo. The pitch to him is driven high and deep into right field. It is gone! He does go deep. Marcelo says hello to Seattle, and it's 1-0 Red Sox.
Jumped all over that. He got a fastball. They've been spinning it a lot on him, right? This is a good matchup for him. Same thing with Roman. He's been beating him with spin down low. We've seen this before, boy. He jumped all over this fastball, hit it a mile. Yesterday, I thought he hit the ball hard all day long. He hit a ball to left center I thought was going to get out.
I did too. It's off of Woo. Woo-hoo. Here's Trevor Story. Run in. The pitch is foul back. He was ready to go there. Trevor was. Fastball right back to the screen.
You know, he didn't get this ball. Like this ball here got, I don't know if it was off the end of the bat a little bit or what, but it went 379, only 96 miles an hour off the bat. But the only short area here is right field.
0-1 is chopped foul. You know, the contact, the launch angle, I thought, okay, that thing's going to be 20 rows deep, and then it kind of got just over by 3 or 4 rows.
You could tell on the flight that it maybe a little bit off the end of the bat. Still went 10 rows deep. You knew it was gone. I talked to him before the game, asked him about that ball to left center if he thought he got it. He said, yeah, and he was so disappointed it was only 103 off the bat.
Really?
He's like, I got to hit the weight room. Of course, I told him his single to right was 108, and he felt a little bit better.
0-2 to Trevor. That's a high fastball. You know, these guys are so in tune to that now, Lou. They want to measure their exit velocity. And I do think it's important for Marcelo. They've been begging him to do that. Lift a little more, get a little stronger. 1-2 is inside to Trevor.
They do speak a little bit differently, you know, because they'll say, like, it's like an equation. You hit the ball 104 to 27-degree launch angle. What is it? Like home run. What if it's a 13, doubling the gap? You know, like,
yes.
They know the launch angle and EV and the combination of the two.
2-2 is swung on and missed by Story. He couldn't hold up on a fastball. There's one away. And I think that that's fine, Lou. I just want them to not all become robotic about that stuff.
Well, I'll say this. Like, coming up through the minor leagues, and I've heard this through some of the coaches and managers, you know, everybody's into the computers and the this, that, and everything else. Meyer, Anthony, and Campbell were all different.
Mm-hmm.
They cared about playing the game.
Here's David Hamilton. Swings and misses at a slider. We've not seen many of those, and it's 0-1.
Playing the game the right way, right?
David is the 7th batter, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. 0-1. High drive into right field. This thing is pounded, but it will hang up just in front of the warning track. Wow. Maybe a little off the end of the bat for Hamilton. That thing looked launched, but he is gone. 2 down, 7th batter, sponsored by Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. He's been hurt in a car work accident. Got to get Glassman all 7-6-1-7 and then 7 sevens. All right, here now Christian Campbell 2 down, a run in on Marcelo's homer. Pitch. Campbell takes a fastball right there. That's the one he's got to hammer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's the sinker outer half, because now, based on what we've seen a lot of, you can see some sinkers inner half, and that's a pitch he just kind of pounds into the ground.
Comes in 226, and now a slider for a strike. He's in an 0-2 hole.
Ground ball's been a problem.
Here's a pitch that misses a slider, 1-2. He's been a little bit better the last couple weeks, but no loud contact really to speak of.
Well, he's getting his hits, and I said, like, you know, since basically the 1st of May, it's a 64% ground ball rate. Just too many grounders, so his hits are just little singles that find holes.
1-2. Pitch is swung on a miss. Fastball blew him away, and the inning is over. However, Marcelo goes deep, and after an inning and a half, Garrett Crochet takes the mound with a lead, 1-0 Red Sox. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Saraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond, talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Saraya, an Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash and product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet on the mound in the second inning with the lead is Randy Arozarena. Skies one into left field. Actually a tough play for Duran, drifting back onto the track in front of the wall with a little hop. He dropped the ball into his glove with the shades on, a high sky, and Duran misplays another fly ball. It's not easy with these conditions, but Lou, it hit him in the leather and popped out.
Well, you saw him go back. I mean, Randy hit this ball well. This was in the middle of the track, close to the wall. But he went back fighting the sun the whole way and got there about 2 steps to the wall and had it in his glove, and it just came out.
They just scored that a double, which is outrageous. When an outfielder's under a ball and catches it in the glove, it's an error. Here's Mitch Garver, right-handed hitter. The pitch is low. We see it sometimes if it's not touched. Ball pop up in the sun, whatever.
No, that's an error.
That's an error. It's in his glove. This is the major leagues.
And I've said it before too. Like, I felt like all year long we've seen Jaron just sort of look uncomfortable.
Totally.
In left.
1-0 pitch is a ground ball foul. Here's the other thing, Lou. It is, they unlocked his natural athleticism to make him a better outfielder. He's never going to take the best, most natural routes. He's almost like a free safety, just kind of readjusting to balls on the fly. 1-1 to Garver. 1-0 Red Sox, but the leadoff man at second pitch is in the dirt. He so often has to kind of recover at the end and leap to make plays like he did there.
Yeah, but he's had, like, that ball there. There was different conditions, right? Like, the sun is in his eyes. You could see he couldn't see it. Right where the sun is setting, it's right over that home plate, kind of on deck circle. But he's dropped a few of them out there now.
Crochet steps off.
He always looks more comfortable in center, which brings, the point of Abreu's coming back. Like, it's to me, he looks more comfortable in center field and can play it really well.
2-1 pitch is way outside. Fastball, and it's 3-1 to Garver. On-time Minnesota Twin. Subaru New England scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We're the first game to get underway here today on a Wednesday afternoon. 3-1 on the West Coast. Pitch. High pop-up foul. On the first base side, you got Garver, then Solano and Williamson. This is a spot you'd like to lean on Crochet to bail Duran out.
Yeah, you can. And Garver actually, back in that April game, got the big 2-out double that scored 2 in the first. So he's had a little success on him even earlier this year. This is the big at-bat, though, you'd think.
Indeed. 3-2. Here it is. High fly into center field. Hit well, but Campbell has got room. He'll make the play. Arozarena tagging at second. Throw goes to third. Actually a pretty strong throw there by Campbell, but not in time. So pretty productive out there by Garver. Arozarena with one down is over to third. That was a slider down in on the hands of the right-handed hitter.
Yeah, Campbell out in center field today. Cedon getting a day off. I was a little surprised by that, given the ballpark we're in. It's a big outfield. I feel like Rafael has a lot of value in center field. But he wants to give him a day off with the one tomorrow because he's swinging it well. You're going to kind of ride him out there in the outfield.
So now the infield in for Donovan Solano, right-handed hitter. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Good cutter. Every time it feels like Crochet takes the mound. It's a big one, trying to stop a losing streak, beat your rival, build some momentum. He just shook off the catcher Connor Wong. He's mostly worked with Narvaez. Now he says yes. 0-1. Pitch is in the dirt, and Wong can't handle it. To the backstop, and the Mariners tie the game. That's a changeup. He shook to it. A wild pitch knots this thing at 1.
That run's a gift. I never should have been on in the first place. It's a changeup. And it does skip in front of the base. Wong kind of tries to backhand to keep it in front of him, but hops right over him for an easy free run.
1-1 swing and a miss. The error, the sac fly, and then the wild pitch. I mean, look, the genie's not going back in the bottle. That was not an easy chance for Wong given the way he was set up. He's been better this year defensively. The 1-2. High fastball up and away. Crochet visibly upset with himself on the mound, but 2-3, 10 years ago, certainly you would have seen guys absolutely shuffle to their right and try to get their body in front of that thing. 2-2. Crochet winds. He throws. And a ground ball into left field past the dive of Mayer. And that's a base hit. So the second inning not going great for Crochet here. That was a pitch right in the middle of the zone, and the Mariners keep it going.
Cutter. Kind of middle. Didn't really get it down low where they wanted it, down and in, maybe going for that swing and miss.
All right, here now we go again into the 8 and 9 hitters. Crochet's got to attack. Ben Williamson is attacked with a fastball, and it's strike one.
Just a weird pitch selection, though. Yep. Like he shook 2 or 3 times to get to the changeup, you know, and that's a pitch that he throws lately 3 or 4 times a game.
Wonder why he did that. Here's the 0-1 to Williamson. Loses his bat on a swing and a foul on the first base side.
But I feel like that's a pitch that he only breaks out 3 or 4 times a game to, you know, middle of the order, top 4 or 5 hitter that's kind of maybe on his cutter a little. They want to get him a different look. But with Donovan Solano down here in the 8th, 7th hole, he went to that changeup and bounced it.
Solano came in $193. It feels like maybe challenge him would be a better notion, but he did not do that. Colorado is in Washington later this afternoon. Nats have lost 10 games in a row, and Davey Martinez feeling some real heat there. Yankees resume their series with the Angels in about 2.5 hours. 0-2 pitch inside. He does not look as sharp, and this is something you wondered about, Lou. I mean, he emptied the tank, the adrenaline so big in the last 2 starts against the Yankees, and impossible to match that here today.
Well, there was a little bit of a concern. Now, listen, this should still be a 0 up on the board, right? Like, they still have a hit up there for Rosarena. I think it was an error. Duran goes back on that ball and dropped it, but 4 days rest is different. There's been a lot of 5 days, right? We've had a lot of days off, these Thursdays off. Now, tomorrow is off, but he doesn't get the advantage of that until his next outing.
Well, and we're grading him on his own curve. He's been so good that even a little bit off is noteworthy. Yes, that will be revisited, by the way, that ball to left field. 1-1 the score, runner at first with 1 out, and here's a line drive in a right field, a base hit. Williamson went down, got another changeup. He's leaning into that pitch, and the Mariners with a run in have 2 on with 1 out.
Man, this was another changeup that Williamson, almost like a little half swing. Like it wasn't even real. It was, he went down and got it and really didn't have a follow through. Just sort of slapped at it, punched at it, found a hole.
That's like a Rob Refsnyder swing against a pitch like that. That was impressive. So now Crochet's really got to hunker down. Game tied. Here's Miles Mastrobuoni batting from the left side. Good luck against Crochet here. Mayer in at third. Infield all the way else backed up as Mastrobuoni takes the ball inside 1-0. The most important thing is that Crochet can pitch out of this mess. But I do believe pretty firmly they're going to have to revisit that call in left field. That should not be an earned run. That's absurd. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball, and it's 1-1.
No. But can't worry about that right now. No. It's a 1-1 ball game. And again, you got 7-8 coming up with a couple of singles. This has been an ongoing issue for the entire staff.
1-1 to Mastrobuoni. The pitch is chopper foul. You got Dylan Moore, the right-handed hitter, who struck out his first time on deck. Certainly Crochet thinking punch out right here. Mariners lead at first and second. Time is called by the hitter. Crochet has thrown 32 pitches. He's efficient. in the first, not as much here in the second. They're not on the same page, Crochet and Wong. He's shaken a lot here today. 1-2. He has one he wants. Pitch. Fastball just outside. Wow. A little anger behind that one, 96, and it's 2-2.
I don't think that was. I caught a lot of the plate right on that white line on TV. It was a good fastball away. It really should have been strike 3.
Two. Fouled off the end of the bat. They say it's a foul ball. It could have been a double play had it bounced in front of the plate and fair. Wong gloved and threw to second, but James Hoy says no. One to one, 2 on, 1 out. Crochet at the letters, throws, and a swing and a ground ball that should be 2. The second for 1 from Hamilton, relayed from Story. Not made, actually. It was a soft hit, actually, into that hole. That's new baseball defensive alignment. And I think, actually, that's one, Lou, where playing to pull in the hole might have gotten them an out, or maybe otherwise not so. It's a big pitch for Crochet, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, Mr. Boney runs well. Hamilton's way over. It wasn't smoked to him. He's got to catch and throw a long way to shortstop. He's going to beat it out. Story does a nice job holding it. And he got a big out here and more.
Trying to keep this game tied. At the corners with 2 down. Crochet's 35th pitch about to come home. And here it is. And it's right there. Fastball. Where is that?
He is not calling.
What is that?
It's not even borderline high strike. James Hoy is not giving the high strike at all.
I'm sorry, Lou. That is the definition of a strike. 1-0. The pitch is a bloop foul straight back. I know it's hard. The borderline ones, if you miss those, fine. These, you and I watch thousands of pitches. Those are definite strikes. 1-1. Crochet. Bent left leg straight on the right side. He throws to first, but nothing going with Masterbone at first. I'd be surprised if he had any designs over there.
Well, I think when you're facing this guy, you push the envelope a little bit, right? Be able to get a knock here. You'd love to be able to score 2 on it. Put 3 on Crochet. So maybe with 2 strikes, you get aggressive.
1-1. Pitch. He is outside. He missed a little arm side with the fastball. And it's 2-1. Crochet embraces everything about this Red Sox club. His spot in it as the ace. He was so fired up to be such a big part of the rivalry with the Yankees. I think that's his second disengagement right there. I think he chose to step off. If so, Mastrobone's got free run at first. He goes. The 2-1 pitch is grounded foul on the third base side. I don't know what's happening right now, Lou, but he and Connor Wong are not seeing eye to eye. He's shaken a ton of times, and that time he just stepped off.
Yeah. The problem is like with the pitch comp, sometimes there's a, fake shake. They just want to put it in the back of the hitter's mind, but that does not look like what's going on here today.
Not to me, it doesn't. 2-2.
He's got to be careful not to do this again. He can't disengage again, and then it'll be a balk.
And a run.
Yeah.
2-2. Pitch is grounded foul. Side of 30s. The third Sox pitcher all-time, Crochet is. 115 or more strikeouts in their first 15 games. The other guys are Chris Sale and Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, pretty good.
He's
pretty good.
He's just been fabulous. 2-2. Pitch is strike 3 called. He got that one on the corner, and the inning is over. What a big spot that is. That better be an unearned run. We'll see. We go to the third inning, tied at 1 in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong looking for the first RBI of his season, batting a .145. Leads it off in the top of the third inning. Castillo throws and a fastball misses inside. It'll be Wong. Then Duran and Toro in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. 1-1. Pitch is a strike. I don't know the mechanics of this. I know a lot of these times things get revisited after games. That one out there in left field with Duran seems to me that it should be addressed right now. It's a ball that's in the glove of the left fielder's. Wong takes a pitch off the plate and in, and it's 2-1.
Well, to your point, a lot of you seen outfielders lose the ball in the sun, kind of go down, maybe fall, maybe completely miss the baseball, and you get a hit or an error out of that, a hit rather.
Here's a line drive into the gap in left center field. That is going to be down for Connor Wong. It shoots past to Rosarena. Connor takes the big turn at first, but a nice job by Julio Rodriguez to back it up. Wonger has a leadoff hit in the top of the third.
You know, line drive. Rosarena really aggressive to cut this ball off. It's a little sinker. Luckily, Julio's right there behind him to cut it off.
So here now, Duran, who struck out his first time. 1-1 in the top of the third. Duran standing straight up and down. Wong runs and Duran skies one down the left field line toward the corner. Rosarena on the run and foul ground is there to make the play. That's just bad baseball. I mean, Wong had that bag stolen easy, and Duran fouls out.
There's a changeup off the plate, and listen, he's a left-handed hitter. So as a righty, you'll be able to see that and take. So lefty, it's a little bit harder. But you can tell right away, Connor can run. They want to run on Garver. And I'd like to see him just see the ball a little bit as he goes in and slams the wall with his bat.
You can hear that. Look out. Things are boiling over a little bit for Jaron. Here's Abraham Toro. The pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. I think we're reaching a little bit of a moment with Duran, Lou. I really do. He's struggling at the plate, in the field. He's getting all kinds of scrutiny. He's now the sort of focal point of this team without Raffy. 0-1 is outside.
Yeah, and he's just got to, right now, it's speeding up on him. You know, like the first at bat, I know he wasn't happy about. He goes out in the outfield, loses the ball in the sun. Like, you know, right now there's a cloud cover. If it happened now, it would have been caught, right? It's just the way it's going for him. Swing at the first pitch, pop it up, foul.
1-1. Toro hits a soft ground ball to the right side. The second baseman Polanco to second for one. The relay not in time, not hit hard enough to turn two. So Toro is aboard with two down for Roman Anthony. Something berry delicious is happening at Shaw's and Star Market. It's a berry bonanza right now. Buy two, get one free on a pound of strawberries, a pint of blueberries, 6 ounces of raspberries or blackberries. That's mix and match. Lowest price item is free.
Yeah, that was the third pitch of Toro's at bat. I'd like to see Connor take another shot at it.
Yeah.
right? He's sitting on third right now.
Here's Roman Anthony, takes a strike on the inside corner. That was borderline, I thought, slider. Maybe caught the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, they want to take advantage of Garver. I mentioned before, 2.07. 198 is about average. Like, that is really slow. That's Sable category.
0-1 is a soft ground ball on the right side. Handled there by Polanco. Throw to first. Roman Anthony's 2 for his first 26 in the major leagues. It happens. He has been productive, but that is another ground ball out. We go to the bottom of the third inning, tied at 1 in Seattle in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade. Right now, I'm digging into the history of incredible infrastructure projects of the 1930s, including the Hoover Dam, the Empire State Building, the Golden Gate Bridge, and more. The promise is in the title, History That Doesn't Suck. Available on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Memorial Day may have passed, but Massachusetts Fallen Heroes and Innovets continue their mission year-round to honor our fallen, empower veterans, and support Gold Star families. From career-building programs like the Innovets Business Accelerator to ongoing community outreach and support services, their work never stops. Help us carry their legacy forward, not just on Memorial Day, but every day. Visit massfallenheroes.org to learn how you can get involved, support, and remember. Brought to you by Walmart, proudly supporting veterans in our community.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet is back on the mound facing Julio Rodriguez in the bottom of the third of a tie game. First pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Crochet brings that black glove up. He throws the pitch. Chopper foul on the third base side. It's very interesting to me. Coming out of inning breaks, looking down to the Red Sox third base dugout. Jose David Flores, who's so involved in defensive positioning, comes up to the railing of that dugout. Here's the 1-1. And it's pop foul straight back. And he's got to point to 3 different guys to tell him where to play. That time it was Mayer at third, Campbell in center, and Hamilton at second base. This is life with a lot of young guys playing spots for the first time.
Yeah, that's why you got a guy like Story that's really important to this infield. It's got to be that communication. You also got a kid in center field, too, and Campbell, that you got to keep an eye on with a rookie in right field.
1-2, the pitch is down and in. So far, Crochet in his career has handled Rodriguez. He's 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. Very fun matchup. 2 of the greats in the game. 2-2. Garrett throws. And a swing and a hard ground ball to second. Hamilton goes down to a knee. A little catapult throw to first in time. There's one away. Located on a 32-acre campus by the Hudson, River Spring Living provides a full range of living options for older adults. I've been there. Seen it firsthand how great a place it is. Schedule a tour at riverspringliving.org today. Here's the most feared hitter in their lineup, Cal Raleigh, batting right. He doubled his first time, and he swings at the first pitch. He got another fastball. Challenge at 96, fouled off, and it's 0-1.
That was a good one. That was a sinker. Right, you want to go out and get that four-seamer? I'm going to sink it. He's a little bit out in front, just caught the end of it. Ball just moving enough away from him.
Cloud cover overhead. The 0-1, fouled back. Don't do that again. That was a cutter right there, but Raleigh spoils it back to the screen, and it's 0-2.
You know, I was looking at his season. Crochet's got 15 starts, 12 with Narvaez, 3 with Connor Wong. Yeah. But he's got a 1.35 with Connor. 197 batting average, 2.48 with Narvaez. I know there's some comfort there, but he's throwing the ball real well with Connor Wong behind the dish.
Red Sox have raved about his defensive progress. Here's a ground ball toward third. Fair ball. Marcelo has it behind the bag. Throws to first, and Raleigh is gone. He is ridiculous defensively. Marcelo is.
Yeah, Cali smooth. I mean, he's just smooth over there, man. And I've said it before, and on TV a lot, and it's a compliment. He looks bored.
Yep.
You know, and that's the internal clock, right? The timing of his game. He knows who's running. He sets his feet. If there was somebody quick, he'd probably get rid of it. A little one-hopper.
You told him about that. He laughed. He said, I've heard that before. As Jorge Polanco took a pitch outside.
The board defensively. He said he'd heard that before. He hadn't heard Cali smooth.
And it's a compliment that he's bored. Here's a fastball for a strike.
Because sometimes he just hits a ground ball. He catches it, almost looks at the runner and hit, like, that's all you got? I mean, challenge me, you know, like, but it's just smooth.
1-1 in the third. The pitch is outside.
He's been smooth ever since the day he was drafted. I remember the first time you caught eyes on him. You know, the first time you look at a guy in spring training, it's like a Jeter Downs, and you're like, what? What am I missing? You know, like, what? Then you see him, and you're like, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Good sinker. I said at the time, if he's not a star, I don't know what I'm watching. And that doesn't mean he needs to be a 10-time All-Star, but he absolutely looks the part. Did you hook yourself on the boat yesterday? You got some major blood going.
No, that's just me. I just bite. I get nervous. I need a first aid kit.
2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is down and in. So you're over there, like, biting at your cuticles while Crochet's pitching, huh?
Yeah, I get nervous. Got the pig in the mound. I get nervous.
You haven't had any oinks yet. 3-2 is swung on a chop foul outside of third. My brother was on with Jones and Keefe this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
On the flagship WEI.
How was his Boston sports radio experience?
It was mostly pleasant. Thought he handled their contention that Raffy's not an elite hitter pretty well.
Oh, well, that's not true.
Here's a foul straight back. I mean, come on. You can say that Raffy didn't do the right things, wasn't a great teammate, hurt this club this year. All of that is true. And by the way, on these games, we said the same. He should have picked up a first base glove, but he is the definition of an elite hitter. The 3-2 is line foul down the left field line and out of play. But anyway, they played the oink oink clip for my brother because they like to do that.
Yeah.
And he said, you got to give me some context on that.
I'm not quite sure why he's doing oink oink.
For this guy, the pig. 2 down, bases empty. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Mini oink for Crochet. He's rolling around in some slop. And the Red Sox and Mariners are tied at 1 after 3 on the Shaws at Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade. Right now, I'm digging into the history of incredible infrastructure projects of the 1930s, including the Hoover Dam, the Empire State Building, the Golden Gate Bridge, and more. The promise is in the title, History That Doesn't Suck. Available on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Romy Gonzalez, the lead it off in the top of the fourth against Luis Castillo. Tie game as Romy takes a fastball outside for ball one. That third inning was brought to you by Citgo, a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon in your first fill-up. Romy takes a pitch down and in, 2-0.
Yeah, Romy getting a DH spot against righties. We know he's a lefty killer, but he's hitting 283 against righties. Yeah. A lot like Refschneider, right? Like, give you quality at bats.
2-0. Inside, good take. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, well, listen, you put him out there against lefties. All of a sudden, the sixth inning, here comes a righty. You can leave him in the game and maybe save your left-handed bats for later strategically, right? Give you a quality at bat.
You think this is a take 3-0. It is all the way. Fastball in there for a strike. I think they're going to lean on Romy and Rob for some more adult at-bats. Life after Devers, 3-1. Pitch is a ground ball toward first, and it is a beautiful stab there by Solano. Flips underhand to Castillo, and he beats a head-first dive from Gonzalez for the first out of the inning. That was ticketed for the corner. Beautiful play to take away extra bases by Solano.
Yeah, we've seen that swing from Romy before, right? Like, he really shoots it down there, down that line for doubles, or hits that hole between first and second. He hit this ball well. And Solano, kind of like a utility guy, right? Off that bag, makes a beautiful pick. Give Castillo credit for getting down there. Romy can run.
Here's Marcelo. Homered his first time. We're tied at 1 in the fourth. Pitch. Mayer takes a strike on the outside corner. The New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. How many All-Stars will the Red Sox have now that Devers is gone? The 0-1 is outside. And by the way, before we answer that, it'll be really interesting. He has to go in the National League now too, doesn't he?
I think that's when MLB will come out because Ohtani's the DH for the NL.
1-1. Is a chopper foul on first base side.
I mean, he was clearly the designated hitter representative for the American League.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen this before, haven't we? Where they almost make an exception, like he will be the DH for the National League with Ohtani almost?
Yeah, the thing about it is he hasn't gone recently. The 1-2 is a high fastball. I don't think he's probably interested in going. It'd probably take the All-Star break to figure stuff out, right? I mean, go home, recalibrate. Although I imagine part of him would be really happy to wear that giant uniform in the All-Star game. The 2-2 is low and outside, and it's a full count.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think we've seen this before, where All-Stars get traded before the vote and everything else.
3-2 to Marcelo. Tie game in the fourth. The pitch is way outside. Great plate appearance there. So he's having a day. Haven't you been so impressed with his composure since coming to the big leagues?
Yeah, I have. And I think his at-bats, again, against righties, you're impressed with him. And I don't, people can say, oh, he's had great at-bats. Why don't you just let him face a lefty? Because those are different at-bats. I mean, it's the reason why he looks more comfortable when he's facing righties than lefties. It's kind of who he's been really in the minor leagues as well, so it'll take some time.
There's Trevor Story, who in his career is 0 for 8 against Castillo. Throw to first. Marcelo dives back in. You talked about taking advantage of Garver. I wouldn't necessarily file Marcelo in that category.
No, he's not a base stealer. He plays up defensively, like first step. But still, you may push it. Who knows?
Pitch. Trevor takes a fastball, and it's dropped. Was that a foul ball? It must have been. In the hands of Story. You got the full first aid situation going right now.
I'm good. I've been in this spot before. When you're a nail biter, you know what I mean? Like, you just that one, you're like, this one's going to hurt, and it's going to bleed for a while, and you're done. Right in the cuticle.
You took that gamble to get the cuticle.
I did, but now I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Stop the bleeding.
0-1 is driven into the gap in left center field. This ball is pounded. It is way back, and it is gone. Trevor Story. An absolute bomb to left center field. 2-run shot, and it is 3-1 Red Sox.
Had to stop the bleeding, right? Like I said, ready to go. Story doesn't miss the heater. This is a couple times now. They know he's aggressive with the fastball, and this is, Trevor Story the month of June. There'll be games where it's an 0 for 4 with 2 or 3 punch-outs, and that's fine. That happens to everybody. But then there's other games, and they're happening more often to where he goes out there and carries them in a game or two. And that's a big 2-run homer here in this ballpark.
No doubt. That thing just kept on going. Here's Hamilton. He squares, takes a strike on the inside corner. I mean, it's warmer than usual, Lou. Maybe it carries on a day game more, but man, I thought that was going to be off the wall.
That was on a line, too. This was not a light tower kind of shot, right? This was a line drive. I didn't know if it was going to get high enough to get out. Just kind of shows you how hard this ball was hit.
107 off the bat. Into the first row of the seats. And it goes without saying, without Devers in the fold, even more pressure and onus on Story.
It's everybody, right? It's this guy here, too, David Hamilton. He's going to get some run because of what he does defensively.
0-2 almost hits him on the feet.
You got to get him going. And, Duran is obviously one of the more important guys. I mean, Toro and Narvaez have kind of done their thing for a while. It's time for others to kind of carry them for a bit.
1-2. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. They're 2-away. How about this scene in the Red Sox dugout, Lou? I mean, Alex Cora's got his arm around Romy Gonzalez. This is like an impassioned conversation. It's over now, but that went on for 20, 30 seconds. I think Romy a little frustrated with what's going on at the plate. Maybe that was some real managing being done by AC. Here's Campbell. 2 down the pitch. Inside fastball.
Well, I mean, he won the at-bat. That's the way a hitter looks at it, right? He hit a ball hard down the line. It's just a great defensive play. I don't know what else it could be about.
1-0. Pitch is swung on, missed. He's sold out there, which you can understand. I mean, it's a 1-0 count, but fooled by a slider, and it's 1-1. What a big swing that is from Trevor Story. 1-1. Good take. Outside. So the All-Stars without Devers. I mean, Crochet's going to be there.
It's one.
Chapman will definitely be there. And then it's about whether or not Narvaez can keep it going. 2-1. Swing and a miss. I mean, he just tried to hit one to Tacoma right there. He left his feet swinging the bat. And it is 1-2, the 110th pitch, brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill, proud to be a partner of the WEI Red Sox radio network. 2-2, pitch, way outside, 3-2.
Yeah, Narvaez, it's funny because I was talking about Kirk yesterday and he's hitting 325, but you had to look at Narvaez's defense. I was shocked to see that Christian Kirk's defense kind of leading the league in a lot of things.
3-2 is another sawed-off ground ball to first. It stays inside the bag. Nice job by Solano. It's almost impossible to do what Campbell just did. Hit a soft ground ball that much right inside the line. Too much of that lately. He's gone. The Red Sox, though, get a 2-run bomb from Story. 3-1. To the bottom of the fourth we go after this in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history podcast created by me, Professor Greg Jackson. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the do.
Garrett Crochet, you're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
First pitch of the bottom of the fourth, fouled off by Randy Arozarena for strike one. Fourth inning, brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today. Your old car can be picked up tomorrow. As Arozarena takes a ball. Got a fastball, and it's 1-1. Donate at carsforkids.com. This is a shutdown inning chance for Crochet. 2-run Story homer. The difference right now, the pitch. Down and in. Sweeper. He's not throwing many of those yet tonight. And it is 2-1. Herb Chambers batting. We're brought to you by Herb Chambers, Lincoln of Norwood and Lincoln of Westboro.
Oh, it's been heavy cutter, fastball, four-seam fastball.
2-1, swing and a miss. Nasty cutter, 2-2.
Well, you got him 3. You know, we talked about that before. Get him 3. It's just that you don't have the efficient, on-point, sharp Crochet. It's still good, but he's now sitting at, 62 pitches here with 3+ innings. Like you mentioned, your bullpen's rest. You got tomorrow off. You got a Whitlock day, right? Could probably give you a couple, but looking for a quick inning to get deep.
He's just got no run support. The 2-2 is skied down the right field line. Foul. Toro out, but no chance for anybody off the track and out of play. We owe you a station break. 10 seconds. Station ID, Shaw's and Star Market, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and Lou Merlone in beautiful Seattle, Washington. 3-1 Sox, the 2-2. Ground ball to third. Marcelo, I don't know that he looked bored, but very calmly throws to first, and like Omar Vizquel, beats Arozarena by half a step, and there's one away.
Yeah, that was a ball. I'd be careful always, like whenever I praise guys, right? I remember one time we were talking about great the defense is. They went out and made 3 errors that inning. That one, he let the ball play him a little bit, right?
Just waited back
just
too
waited
long?
back like one step. I think he was one step away from fielding that ball where he wanted to. It was a little awkward hop.
Turns out okay. Here's a line drive into center field. Campbell to his right, plays it on one hop. Mitch Garver just ripped that ball. I would have had fun watching Cedon Rafaela in center field after that ball.
Yeah, and this is a low line drive. That's something where Cedon probably lays out and makes a great catch. But again, Campbell out in left center field, not out there that much. It's a big outfield. And I think one thing you'd probably tell the kid is don't try to do too much and turn a single into a triple.
Here's Donovan Solano, 1-on, 1-out, 3-1 Sox in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch is a strike. I think, though, Cedon makes that play. I
do, too. And I think that's one of those, too, where as coaching staffs, you kind of see it, and you're thinking the same thing, and you're wondering, okay, he gets up again in the 6th. Maybe Cedon finishes this game in center.
I think you made the right point. In this ballpark, especially, the 0-1 is fouled off on the first base side. And again, Lou, medical team and Alex Cora, they script these things. And with reason. It's 162 games. You need to give guys breaks. With Crochet on the mound in this yard, that's a really hard one to take him out of there defensively. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Wow, was that good? A sweeper down under the hand. So maybe now this second time through more of that pitch, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, you establish your fastball. That was a really good one. That was a big diver. Jeez, Connor did a nice job actually holding on to this one, but it's just at location, he's not sharp, right? He's got 1 run up there. Probably should be nothing. It's just the pitch count. You're wasting a lot of pitches.
Thrown 67 as a strike in there to Ben Williamson.
And the bar set so high.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, by him. He's been unbelievable. It's fun to watch every single day. By the way, now exactly 100 innings pitched for the season. 0-1. He is swung on and missed by Williamson. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, and that's part of it. People, sometimes you turn the TV on and you're thinking, okay, you got the lead, you're down 1, bringing this guy, bringing that guy the pen, and you're not following the 3 games beforehand or realizing that you still got 3.5 months to go in a season.
0-2 pitch is fouled off on the third base side.
So when you see Chapman not in a game and you see Weissert or Well, Crochet getting pulled at 80 pitches. Why don't you keep 90 pitches, 95? Why don't you keep going? Because he got 100 more innings. He's only halfway to the finish line.
Well, that's exactly right. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it's line foul. This one is going to be 5 innings. It is. I mean, maybe he pitches to a hitter or 2 in the 6th inning, but they're not going to push him.
No, I could see 5 in this game here just because he's at 72. And it has to do with, again, who you have available. Like, you've got Whitlock for 2. You got a day off tomorrow. They like throwing Whitlock for 4 days off.
0-2, runner goes. Pitch is skied into left center field. It hangs up. Duran and Campbell come on. Jaren taking charge of the Shades on 2 hands there. He makes the play. And the inning is over. Well, Crochet, 72 pitches through 4. And it's 3-1 Red Sox in Seattle in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Risk is the show where people tell true stories they never thought they'd dare to share. This Pride Month, Risk will be featuring the stories of LGBTQ folks from all walks of life. Go get Risk on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong leads it off. He singled his first time as we go into the top of the 5th. I'm on the West Coast, back where I went to college, spent a lot of years after, and the Stanford fight song, All Right Now, is on. Feeling good? Out west. We'll be in San Francisco, not far at all from Palo Alto after the game today. The pitch to Connor is an foul. Ground ball right up the middle off the pitcher, Castillo. And he picks it up with his bare hand and throws to first. It was not foul, obviously, just kind of a comebacker. Connor tried to stop his swing, could not. And he almost got a huge break because Castillo misplayed it, but it bounced inside his range. And on one pitch, Wong is gone.
Yeah, that's where you wish you just missed the ball. He was sitting dead right. It was a slider, check swing, just off the end. Little, swing back to the pitcher.
Here's Duran. Pitch to him is outside. That song, All Right Now, takes me back to a lot of days when my face looked like it does right now. Just sunburned like nothing. Watching back when Stanford actually cared about football. Although Andrew Luck's back in the fold now. We had some fun. The 1-0 pitch is outside 2-0. It'll be fun to be back in Northern California tomorrow.
It's a beautiful ballpark. This is really, as far as ballparks go, here to San Fran, it doesn't get much better.
No kidding. 2-0 to Duran. Pitch is strike. It looked like it was taking all the way. Yeah, he is the ultimate tinkerer, Duran. His feet were close together, standing straight up and down. He's doing that again here. 2-1. Pitch is ripped into center field. Julio coming on. He's there to make the play. Man, that is an encouraging swing, though, from Duran. That's the hardest hit ball other than the triple that he's had in some time, but quickly 2 down.
Hit that ball hard. That's a good sign, but you'd love to get something on the other end of it, right? Like, give you a knock out of that thing. Number one, you want to get his wheels on. That's a free stolen base. That's what all these speed guys are thinking. If I can just get on, I got a free bag.
Here's Abraham Toro. Strike on the inside corner. Get you the 4th inning bell now that we're in the 5th inning in just a moment. It's brought to you by Boston's premier retirement planning specialist at Hackman Wealth Partners. I guess That's a home game special as Toro takes strike 2 on the inside corner, but we're happy to celebrate the people at Hackman Wealth Partners.
It was 115 off the bat.
Yeah, that was awesome. 0-2, Toro takes the ball.
It's also why it was caught. If that was hit hard at 108, it drops in front of him. I mean, that's about as hard as he can hit a ball, isn't it?
It is.
115.
1-2, 2 down, bases empty in the top of the 5th. Pitch. Little liner slicing into left field. Rosarena back into his righties there to make play. And the inning is over. Red Sox had a little contact there against Castillo, but not much rest in the Red Sox dugout for Garrett Crochet. Halfway home, 3-1 Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Hey everybody, it's Andy Hart here. The new weight loss meds are having results, but what happens after you stop taking them? I didn't want to rent my results. I wanted to own them to keep the weight off. I chose the medication-free solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Baseball season is here, and that means one thing. It's time to fire up the grill and knock dinner out of the park with Hatfield Pork. Hatfield marinated pork tenderloins and pork loin fillets have the home run flavor your whole family will love. Don't strike out with anything less. Load up your plate, put pork on your fork, and bring home the taste of summer with Hatfield. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and to find a retailer near you. Hatfield. Better care, better.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Pork.
This is Jeffrey Glassman. For 4 generations, my family has called New England home. My grandfather taught me to always care for people and fight for what's right. At Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, that's exactly what we do. When you're hurt in a car crash, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. We care, we fight to win, and we don't get paid unless you do. Hurt? You gotta get Glassman. Call 617-777-7777.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Garrett Crochet back to the mound for the bottom of the 5th inning. 73 pitches thrown. The next to Miles Masterboni, the 9-hole hitter. Sinker that misses low. For ball 1, code word of the game, instant replay. 1-0 is looped into second base, and Hamilton leaps to make the play. A little snow cone grab. Sort of a top spinning line drive, and David did very well to handle it. Knuckler, and there's 1 away.
That's a big out, too. Softly hit. Hamilton goes back. Makes a nice catch over the shoulder. Leadoff guy here in the 5th. Top of the order coming up. That's why he's out there defensively at the range.
Here's Dylan Moore, right-handed hitter with a turquoise sleeve in his right hand. He lines one into left field. Duran coming on. He has no chance but to play it on a hop. So Dylan Moore has his first hit after a couple of strikeouts. He is aboard. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Well, now Rodriguez comes up as the tying run. He's not had success against Crochet, but always lethal. Double play depth behind Garrett. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, cutter. Lou, that pitch has been an enormous weapon for him here tonight.
Yeah, and it has been lately, too. I felt like, after that little short against the Mets, it was only like a 20% swing and miss pitch, and it's almost been close to 40 ever since the last 4 or 5 starts.
0-1. High fly foul down the right field side.
Tonight, not so much in the swing and miss. That's only his 3rd one. It's 20 swings. That's a real low swing and miss pitch for him tonight. That's why tonight he's battling it. He's got 1 run up here in the 5th. I mean, he's throwing the ball really well. As we mentioned, the bar is set very high for him.
I think what you just said is exactly the right way to look at it. Here's Julio waiting for an 0-2, the pitch. Ground ball to short, softly hit. Story's got it to second for one. Relay to first. Not in time, given how well Rodriguez runs. But they get the lead runner at second, and they're 2 down. And by that, I mean, look, this guy sets the bar so high. So by his standards, it's kind of an average start. But this is, again, just true ace stuff where you don't have your A-plus offerings, but you're still doing it.
I think any of these guys can go out at this level. When you got everything working, your A-plus stuff, you're going to be dominant. And it's not going to happen all the time. So, okay, when I don't have location, when I don't have this one pitch, how do I manufacture through a game? Those are the really good ones.
2 down for Cal. Raleigh's swing and a miss. Cut fastball on its own 1. The Mariners bullpen is really stretching a lot. Red Sox not quite as much. Crochet in this innings only needed 7 pitches.
Castillo's only got 66 pitches through 5. Much like Wu. Very efficient.
Yep, but they're moving out there. 0-1. Over to Pull. Back on the infield. The pitch. Down and in.
As you mentioned, it's a Whitlock day. When he goes a couple of innings, they like to give him 2 days off. So with tomorrow being an off day, you can use him for 2 here today and only have him down for 1 game. I started to notice that's when Alex really likes to push him.
Well, and he's not been used a lot at all. I mean, you got the save against the Yankees and quiet since.
So when you have Whitlock for 2, Weiss or Chapman, that's kind of like a plan, right?
No doubt. 1-1. Crochet throws to first. And people went crazy when he got taken out finale against the Mets, and I understood some of that. I think he could have started the next inning at least.
I did too.
But this is different. I mean, this is managing a season after he's thrown so many pitches and high-stress pitches of late. 1-1 pitch. He is fouled at his feet. In other words, he's going to come out at some point, either before or during the 6th inning, and I'll just get ahead of it, Lou. I think it's totally the right call.
Yeah, and there's going to be ones like that. It's just that the timing of that one was still very strange. There was no human connection. There was no in-the-moment realization what the issues were. Like, you literally had...
Nobody was available.
Yeah, when the way the games were going, you had nobody out there in the pen and figured, okay, if I can get one big start from him, we can reset it. Maybe take a short out in Milwaukee, if that's the case.
1-2 to Raleigh, 1 on, 2 out, 3-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th. Crochet, jersey whipping in the wind, looks to first, and a pitch misses in the dirt, gets away from Wong. Rodriguez had started, then stopped. And a little cut fastball bounced in the dirt to Raleigh. It is 2-2.
Yeah, I bet he wishes he took off, right? Because that's a bag. Right? He's got 12 bags in a year. He takes off. That's an easy stolen base because the ball's in the dirt.
Yeah, Garrett was not going to throw over. It's the second wild pitch. First one scored the only Mariner run. 2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. A sweeper. Raleigh is gone. Crochet with his 6th strikeout, and he's rolling along. After 5, 3-1 Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's Morning Lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the do.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Roman Anthony leads it off as we go to the 6th inning. Red Sox lead 3-1 as Roman takes a ball outside. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers of Boston, Burlington, and Seekonk. Roman hit by a pitch. He's grounded out to second. The pitch to him is down and in. And it is 2-0. You can't leave Seattle. You can't leave the season series about talking about the guy who's going to Cooperstown this year, Ichiro Suzuki, one of the truly all-time great hitters. 2 out of Roman. Outside, fastball 3-0. I mean, I've never really seen anyone like Ichiro. And the wonderful book written by Joe Poznansky, the Baseball 100, ranking the best 100 players. 3-0 is a strike. Started with Ichiro. He was number 100. And I thought Joe just put it so perfectly. He said, you know, the word unique is overused and misused. People just think it means sort of different and wild. Ichiro was exactly unique. Unlike anybody. 3-1 is ball 4 to Roman. Really good stuff. Anthony is aboard to begin the top of the 6th. From the approach at the plate, the stretching routine, the huge arm in right field, Lou, the ability to cover all fields. He was fabulous. Like Fred Lynn, he came over, won the Rookie of the Year and the MVP in his rookie season. Yeah. And what a marvel to watch.
2000, I was in Japan, and that was his last year there. Big story, him coming to America, wondering would he be able to hit.
Romy Gonzalez, the batter, swings and misses.
You know, they looked at his style, and really one of the first kind of Japanese hitters came over here that you sort of looked at and like, okay, he's bailing. All you got to do is throw him a little two-seamer away, a little changeup away, backdoor slider, and he won't be able to stay on it. That was what some people felt.
Didn't quite work that way. The 0-1 is swung on and missed.
And I saw him over there, and someone's like, what do you think he's going to be? I know he hits over here. What kind of, I'm like, he's going to hit 300 every single year. He's going to be a menace and a base pass, and he's got one of the best arms in the league. Well, that's against those pitching. I'm like, all right, we'll see.
Here's a little looper in his center field. Rodriguez started in, now back. It carried a little bit in front of the warning track. That almost sounded like it broke Romy's bat, but it had some serious carry. Anthony back to first. So 19 years, Lou, in the major leagues, a career batting average of .311, 3,089 hits. This is after one of the great careers ever in the history of Japanese baseball. He came over here at age 27 and had 3,000 plus hits. Now with Anthony at first base, here's Marcelo Mayer. Pitch is down in it.
He was one. Even with that style, people found out real quick he could still cover. You know, he stayed through the baseball. He stayed. You know, the hand stayed back, and he would drive the ball. You know, base hit, slap in the left field all day long. His speed.
1-0 is launched down the left field line and foul.
Had a lot to do with it too, because there was a lot of infield hits, you know, but defense, he was just a great all-around player. We always talked about the story when I was at second. I don't know how many times you hit this chopper like just to the left of the pitcher or over the pitcher's head, right? And you have to play in. Like, I'm in like 2 or 3 steps, and it's like a catch and throw, and you can never get him.
1-1. Marcelo grounds it foul outside the first. The first 10 years of his major league career, 200 more hits.
Yeah.
And that's why. So would you be panicking when he was at, I mean, not panicking.
No, you have to respect his speed, you know, because there was a lot of that. There was a lot of slow rollers. If you hit your one hopper, you get him, right? But so you always would cheat in a little bit, and the minute the ball was hit, you had the break, catch, and release, and you just beat it out.
1-2 is up and away.
Remember, you know, you get to second base, and finally it was like I don't know how many games. I said something to him. You know, and that's what I think we've talked about. He just looked at me and smiled and said, "It's not your fault," and started laughing.
It's like your version of Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, he's like, I'm too fast.
2-2 is outside. Do you laugh when he said that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I might have told him something, too, but, you know, we just laughed. But he was just a great player, great hitter. And by the way, in BP, you could just launch if you want it.
No doubt.
Absolute launch batting practice.
Don't you think Anthony should go right here?
I do.
3-2, 1 on, 1 out, 3-1 Red Sox in the sixth. Roman not going. The pitch is swung on a miss. Well, they got it right. That was nasty. Change up, and there's 2 away. Watching him take batting practice was breathtaking. I mean, if he wanted to, if he made the life choice, Lou, to be just an exclusive power hitter, he could have been.
And that wasn't kind of who he was, right? But cannon for an arm.
Trevor Story is waiting as Cal Raleigh goes to the mound to talk it over with Luis Castillo. And what's that about? I mean, I know they just gave up a 2-run homer to Trevor, but that's an interesting time for a visit. Bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. New England metalroofing.com. Get that interlock going.
So even at 3-2, he doesn't go, and it's a swing and miss, but it is a changeup with a swing.
Yeah.
It's a tough throw for Garver. I would like to have seen him gone there 3-2.
Here's Story again, and he's brushed back with a fastball. Up and in, 1-0. Story homered his last time. That's the difference in the game. 1-0. The pitch is swung on and missed. A fastball. And it is 1-1. 3 runs, 3 hits only for the Red Sox, but this man has the big one. 2-run homer. Bullpen for now, quiet. Red Sox will let Crochet start the 6th. The pitch to Trevor, fouled over Lou's head. And out of play, and it's 1-2.
Want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards on your child as an honor, or your child could be an honorary Beckett. I'm screwing it up.
Don't worry, it's written poorly.
Every Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes, you can enter that. Spend $50, get your code, you enter. Official rules. Check them out at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. I was ready for the Berry Bonanza, and I got a Summer Sweeps on me.
Which is a beautiful contest.
It really is.
Benefits Boston Children's. 1-2. Pitch to Story is ripped foul on the first base side. He looks good again, does Trevor. I think he's feeling comfortable back out west. You know, we'll be in San Francisco starting tomorrow. Off day, then a series begins Friday.
His 10th home run. Again, you want to, rather than the whole month of May, you want it to be a 2-week thing, right?
Yes. 1-2, runner goes, pitches outside, throw is not nearly in time. Anthony in with his first major league steal on a foot first slide. You've been asking for it, and that was easy for Roman.
Yeah, they haven't had many base runners, but whichever ones you do, I think it was Connor Wong early that got a hit. And there was 3 pitches to Toro he didn't go on, and he can get a bag easily off of this. I'd like for him to really push the envelope, almost just keep going until Garver throws somebody out.
Treat him like Jose Trevino. 2-2. To Story. Pitch is swung on and lined on a hop to short. What a beautiful pick there from Moore. He throws to first in time. Story really good at that. But the inning is over. Red Sox leave Anthony aboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Crochet returns to the mound. 3-1 Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Dominate your fantasy baseball league with Fantasy Baseball Today, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. Join Scott White, Chris Towers, and me, Frank Stamfel, every weekday as we recap every player from every game. We'll get you the latest news, waiver wire ads and drops, trades to make, prospect promotions, and everything else you need to take down your league. Follow and listen to Fantasy Baseball Today on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Hey, Wait, what was the name of that learning app again?
IXL. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about IXL? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Garrett Crochet has the ball for the 6th inning, facing Jorge Polanco. The pitch is a beauty. Cutter on the inside corner. That has been fabulous for him. That's his 85th pitch. Polanco's flying to right and struck out swinging. 3-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch is just a little low. Change up. We called a ball 1-1. Sounded like you thought maybe that was strike 2.
I go on the box, TV box.
1-1 is off his foot foul. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. Do you remember a foul ball that was the worst of your career like that, Lou?
You know, not one in particular, but it's really all about where it hits. Like the one Toro got, I figured it was the worst, but I don't think I ever in my life fouled the ball off my kneecap. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, they throw it differently now. Like cutters, they elevate. So if you're going to kind of jam yourself on a cutter like chest high, like I could see maybe you foul it on your knee, but back then the game was played below the knees, like as far as cutters go.
So it's feet and shins more than
kneecaps. Yeah, it'd be feet and shins. I mean, that's the thing, like the shin bone. Get me on the calf. Just find some meat somewhere. I got a lot in my legs.
Yes,
you know?
you do.
Just find some meat down there. I don't want the bone of the feet, like the bones where it just gets you.
You have muscles on the front of your shin bones too.
Well, just somewhere in the sides, yes. Just not that shin bone. Got a few dents. Like it's almost like you feel like there's a dent there in your shin.
1-2 to Polanco. Swing and a miss. Great sweeper. Crochet's feeling it now. That's 7 strikeouts, and there's 1 away in the 6th.
You know, that's always it, right? You got to get you with a cutter in. It's off your shin. Out comes the trainer. Out comes the manager. You step back in. You look out at this guy, and you go, you're going to do it again, huh? You're going to do it to me again, huh? And he does. And you can see Polanco's just sort of like, I'm just going to swing and miss and go back.
Here's Randy
Live for another day.
Who takes the fastball up and away for ball 1. You can't bring yourself to swing, can you? I mean, wow, 1-0. 0-1, I should say, is another beauty. That's a pitch on the inside corner to Rosarena. This guy has just been phenomenal. Garrett Crochet, 1-1. Pop to Lou, just to his right, out of play. And it's 1-2. I mean, we knew he'd be good, Lou, but given the circumstances, the tenor of his first season, he's just been wonderful. 1-2. Liner into left field. Duran coming on, and Jaron slides in the end to make a shoulder-high grab. I'm not sure he needed to do that, but whatever makes him comfortable. They're 2 away.
I think that's just more of a comfort thing. Like running in and not sliding makes it kind of like an awkward catch. So you slide, you get that thing about shoulder high, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Catch the ball in the middle of your body. You know what I mean? So slide makes
down by the heel.
Yeah, not good.
All right, 2 down. Here's Mitch Garver. 3-1 Red Sox. Bullpen still quiet. The pitch is a strike. I mean, so this is now then what? A 7-pitch inning?
He did 93 pitches right now. Remember, he had 58 after 3.
Yeah. 0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. That's nasty with a cutter. It's 0-2. I think they probably, right now, are having conversations in the dugout, even with the bullpen fresh. 0-2. Here it is. And it is popped up behind home plate. Wong throws the mask away, and it's 3 rows deep into the seats. I think you could go either way on this thing. I mean, it's now 95 pitches. I would assume that if he gets through this inning, it's over.
Yeah, it is. And again, it's 4 days rest. His next one will be 5, right? This isn't exactly 85 pitches like we against the Mets through 5. He did hopefully close to 100.
He went around. He struck him out. Garver is gone. Crochet fans 8, and he leaves after 6 with the Red Sox ahead 3-1. Oink, oink. Red Sox go to the 7th with a 2-run lead in Seattle on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Soraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond to talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya, an Odyssey podcast available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash and product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
David Hamilton leads it off for the Red Sox as we go to the 7th inning. And I'll see the new reliever for the Mariners, Carlos Vargas. Hamilton, Campbell, and Wong in the Herb Chambers batting order.
Big arm here, 97 with sink, slider to go with it.
Pitch is outside. They seem to fall out of trees out here, don't they, Lou?
I mean, yeah, it's 98 with massive sink. I mean, the ground ball rate's almost 58%, 94th percentile, 97. This isn't a two-seamer that runs horizontal. This thing dove down and away at 98.
1-0. Pitch to Hamilton. He is foul on the third base side. Fastball, and it's 1-1.
100. It's a good guy to bunt. I mean, just because of the sink. You know, if you're Hamilton. Kind of let that movement late kind of just hit the end of your barrel. What do we got? 1-2. What happened? How's that delay? They called a strike on Hamilton?
He can't believe it.
He didn't have time to violate anything.
Now that's ridiculous. David, I thought he had asked for time. So now it's 1-2. Pitch way outside. You didn't live in the pitch clock era. That would drive you crazy, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. My question is, did he already ask for time, like before the first pitch?
Second time, maybe?
Yeah. And because you asked for it a second time, you don't have one. It's an automatic strike, so it's 2-2 count here.
Pitch is fouled on the third base side. Hamilton flied deep to right his first time, then called out on strikes in the fourth. The Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year. Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. They're here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. 2-2. Foul off. Hamilton adjusts his batting helmet. Settles back into the left-handed box. Campbell is out on deck.
Well, there were handshakes for Garrett Crochet. If it is 6 innings, 6 hits, a run. Didn't walk a guy. 8 strikeouts. It's crazy to think. Call that a grinded through an at-bat.
2-2 is lofted down the left field line into the Bermuda Triangle, but Arozarena on the run is there in foul ground to make the play. That's exactly it, Lou. He did not have, by his standard, the A+ stuff, but still outstanding.
I don't think he had the stuff he saw last time against the Yankees, right? He had 5 days rest. This was a 4-day rest one, but he's still very good, very effective. The earned run is questionable whether that was a hit or not. Felt like the first, especially that second inning, he grinded. He couldn't find it. Settled in nicely after that.
Here's Campbell. And he takes a strike in the outside corner. Last time Campbell hit a really weird inside-out soft ground ball to the first base bag. That's the sinker he hammered in April. He takes it for a strike. On one pitch. That's just inside. He's able to hold up, and it's 1-1.
Well, look at some of the numbers from him. I mentioned before, 64% ground ball rate. It was 43 in April. He's not pulling the ball anywhere close to where he was earlier in April.
1-1.
So what you're seeing is a lot of chopped ground balls to the right side to the pitcher. To me, it's really discipline. It's about pitch selection. Not every strike is meant to be hit. You got to know who you are. You got to know your strengths. You got to know that sinker in or half's a tough pitch for you to handle. So spit on it until you get to 2 strikes. Look for something out over the plate.
1-2. That is a really good pitch and also a really good take. He wasn't going to do anything with that, and it's 2-2. It's a tale as old as time, Lou. I mean, he's just in between, and he knows they're pounding him in. He's having a hard time laying off that. 2-2, swing and a miss. He could not hold up. That was a slider way outside, and they're 2 away.
And, you know, I don't read into too much, right? But he hasn't played second in 3 games.
Yep.
It's been David Hamilton out there. Abreu, he's been center field today. Abreu is coming back. It's not like he's your everyday second baseman. He hasn't been out there.
Well, he just did something he never does. He just slammed his helmet, threw it onto the back wall of the Red Sox dugout. There's Connor Wong, who takes the ball low. I mean, it's not easy. He's in a huge rut, and you know he's just scrambled up top.
Yeah, and I would wonder if, given the frustration of that at bat, too, you got 2 innings to go, you got a 3-1 lead. Is that Rafaela time in center field?
I think it should be, don't you?
Yeah.
Want to know to Wong, ball up and in. I mean, Cedon has been pacing in the dugout. He should get a glove. Why not? Yep, he's going to come in. He's got his glove on. 3-1 Red Sox in the 7th. 2 down, 2-0. Let's see if Wong gets one here. He drives one high into right field off the end of the bat. Coming into his left is Matt Straboni. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Garrett Whitlock is coming on for a couple in Seattle. 3-1 Red Sox. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
Oh, IXL.
And it's really helping your kids?
Oh, yeah. IXL figures out where each kid needs support and gives them the practice they need.
Go Chipmunks! Go Chipmunks! So my 3rd grader and my high schooler could both use IXL?
Yep.
Are we talking about IXL?
Do your kids use IXL too?
Sure do. Research shows 20 minutes a week helps improve kids' test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Hi, this is Garrett Whitlock. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock has the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox leading the Mariners 3-1 on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Really, the only game in town right now. Yankees later will host the LA Angels. That's Yarborough and Koshanovic for the Angels. Oh, yep. Kochanowiczc.
I think that's a great bid by you.
did my level best as we go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-1. Red Sox lead. D-backs will be in Toronto. Rays and O's in about an hour and a half. How great is day baseball on getaway day on the West Coast? Pitch to Solano's a strike on the outside corner. We're going to get to San Francisco at like 6 o'clock.
Oh, it's great for us. Little 4:10 piece back home, right?
Yeah.
Sit around, watch some baseball late afternoon.
0-1, swing and a miss. That slider's an improved pitch for Whitlock. And Lou, lately he's taken big steps forward.
Yeah, it's been good. Like the slider sweeper, a little difference, right? One's a little harder, more downward action with the true slider. The sweeper a little bit slower, more horizontal left to right. He's been good. Leads the team with 13 holds.
No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch down and away. Solano's 1 for 2. He's so critical, isn't Whitlock, to everything the Red Sox want to be in their bullpen?
Well, they're short some arms, right? Slayton's a big one. We saw it happen last year when Slayton went down.
Here is a fastball that misses just outside.
You know, whether this is a 1 inning to Weissert to Chapman, those are your 3 big guns, right? Wilson's the other lefty that you would use, but
2-2, swing and a miss. Great changeup. Maybe Whitlock's finding that pitch again, and there's 1 away. And now Chapman is up right now in the Red Sox bullpen. You know, it's interesting. Peeking ahead, this is what you were talking about the other day. You got the top of the order up in the 8th inning if Whitlock does his job. 1 out. Williamson takes a ball high.
Well, to your point, if you give me a 1-2-3 here, it's going to be top of the order. Raleigh is up 3rd, and you see Chapman up with the towel. You're wondering if he gets the 8th with this Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh part of the lineup.
Soft ground ball to second base. Hamilton's got it. He throws to first in time. And they're 2 away. By the way, Cedon is in the game. He's in center field. And that is wonderful from Whitlock. You made a point coming on in this bottom of the 7th that if Whitlock just does it quickly here off day tomorrow, maybe you've got him Friday in San Francisco.
If he goes 2 days, he has 2 days off. You love it because tomorrow's an off day, so you'd only be down for 1 day on Friday. However, your bullpen is fresh. If you give him 1 game with the off day tomorrow, now he is available for you on Friday, and you have to start thinking about having him more available given where you are at the depth in the bullpen.
2 down, bases empty. Meyer in at 3rd for Miles Mastrobuoni. 3-1 Sox. Pitch is a strike at the top of the zone. Chapman still with that towel out in the Red Sox bullpen. I mean, Whitlock's only thrown 8 pitches, the 0-1. Ground ball to 3rd, Marcelo. Beautiful pick. He throws to first.
That's all you got?
In time. And the inning is over. He's been awesome. Now I think it's decision time for the Red Sox. I do. I know it's the top of the order. That was 9 pitches from Garrett Whitlock. 3-1. We'll see what happens in the bottom, rather the top of the 8th when we come back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
There are giants among us, and their impact is huge. They are the men and women building and sustaining our Navy's next-generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. If you're ready to go big, get on board. We build giants at buildsubmarines.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
I'm retired Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills. In 2012, an IED in Afghanistan took parts of all 4 limbs, but not my ability to serve. That experience inspired me to start the Travis Mills Foundation, supporting post-9/11 recalibrated veterans and their families through adaptive sports programs, connection, and community. Whether it's sending a recalibrated veteran family to our retreat in Maine or helping first responders and veterans achieve post-traumatic growth through Warrior Path training, your support makes it possible. Never give up, never quit. Donate now at TravisMillsFoundation.org. That's TravisMillsFoundation.org. Thank you for your support.
Boston Sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Mariners are going to go to the lefty, Gabe Spire. He'll face Jarren Duran, and then Abraham Toro and Roman Anthony in the Herb Chambers batting order. We'll see how Alex Cora handles this. I don't think it was totally out of the question that these lefties get lifted. Duran takes a pitch at the bottom of the zone. I thought maybe Duran would be pinch hit for, but now I'm thinking it could be Anthony.
When you're chasing.
Yeah.
When you have a 2-run lead, you're going to keep your defense out there in the field and maybe give them an at-bat against the lefty.
1-0 is fouled back. But my point is right now, I mean, between Duran and Refsnyder in left, I don't think there's a huge difference. Numbers might show otherwise.
I don't think he ever really pushes it when you're up. You want your best defense out there. If you're trailing 3-1, 100%. Refs in this game somewhere.
1-1 is lined to first, but caught by Solano. He's had himself a heck of a day over there. And Duran has got to be so frustrated. I mean, it's an 0 for 4, but he's hit the ball hard a couple of times here today.
And that's all you can really do. Like, he's a guy that he's been fighting it now, right, for 40, 50 at-bats. And as we've said before, when you're not feeling good at the plate, you don't just wake up and go 4 for 4. Like, it's the last 2 at-bats, like we just saw, that kind of get him going in San Francisco.
Here's Abraham Toro batting right against Spire. The pitch is swung on a miss. That was a heavy sinker, 94. It's 0-1.
So I have a question for you, Stanford. Gabe Spire. S-P-E-I-E-R. Who pronounces it wrong? Gabe or Alex Spear?
Here's Toro skying one into right field toward the corner. Mastroboni with the shades on to his left is there to make the play. I have a hard time believing Alex Spear pronounces anything wrong.
Because it's spelled the exact same way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start calling him Alex Spire. Someone's pronouncing him. You can't just pick and choose. You got to pronounce it correctly.
I like it. 2 down. Here's Roman Anthony. You probably have different backgrounds, right? Different regions where things are said differently as Roman takes strike 1.
Dialects?
Yeah. Louis Mirlani, I'm going to go with for you. 2 down, top 8, 3-1 Red Sox. Pitch. Strike. In the old country, is it Merloni?
Yes, Merloni. But Merloni here, whatever. But like Spear is Spear, Spire is Spire. Like, you can pick one, right? I'm calling him Alex Spire when I see him at San Fran.
I love it. A lot of writers are already in SF covering Raffy and all that drama. 0-2.
Getting that version of it. Happy side of it, I guess.
No kidding. The pitch is inside. Did it hit him again?
Yeah. Welcome.
Wow, he's going to stick around. The home plate umpire, I think, was willing and ready to give him first base.
Hit his bat?
I guess so.
You want to take a peek at this? I mean, if you're Roman, you got hit, you're going to first.
They're not looking. It did hit the nub.
Wow.
Wow, right on the handle of the bat, the bottom of it. It's good. So now he can match Marcelo right here. Not in a 1-2 count, but he's happy to hit. Pitch. He is way outside. This is part of his evolution, isn't it, Lou? I mean, these left-handers out of the bullpen, he has not seen before.
No, and even before, with him and Marcelo talking about facing Munoz late, right? Like a big league closer. And he just said, 99 would sink in. That's what froze him. Remember last night, the comeback.
2-2 is way outside.
But it's like I was talking to 2 of them, and they talk to each other. 2-2 count.
So then,
you haven't seen, neither one of you have seen these guys. Is there a lot of talk like, hey, this guy's got a really good slider? Remember that guy on Scranton? I'm like,
right.
Trying to compare him to guys that you have seen. And there are some of those conversations.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Fouled off on the third base side.
They don't know. They have to build this bank of pitchers and face them before. But you can sort of be like, sinker, he's just like, remember the closer from Indianapolis or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That he's got that kind of sink, and you're like, oh, okay.
Now I know what I'm doing. 2-2. Roman grounds one up the middle at the second baseman. Polanco's got it. He throws to first, and the inning is over. Aroldis Chapman's going to have the bottom of the 8th inning to face the big hitters for the Mariners. 3-1 in Seattle. Sox lead in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Yes, I love this game.
IXL is actually a learning app, but it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
I'm crushing it.
Yeah, you are. He loves the challenge. I love the results. IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
I'm Rhett. And I'm Link. And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
I've gathered you here today for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on IXL. Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use IXL for your long division. Let's do this. Try the learning product families trust at IXL.com.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, Aroldis Chapman is in. He'll be making his 34th appearance. Only the second time this year. It was back in April. We came in this role, right, to face this part of an order in a game. He'll be facing 1, 2, 3, and Dylan Moore, Julio Rodriguez, and Cal Raleigh. Trying to hold on to this 3-1 lead. First one in there to Moore is 97, poured in for a strike. This is something, Will, that he has done all year. He's coming in 96, 97, gets ahead, throws strikes. 102 comes out when he needs it.
He can totally rear back the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That one was 98 miles an hour, and it's 0-2.
He came in the other night to close this thing out in that 2-0 victory in game one, and it was 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, and it was about as easy as it could look.
0-2. Pitch. Fouled back. He's been marvelous. There's no other way around it. He's been everything the Red Sox have wanted. And he gets the top of the order here. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. 0-2. Chapman throws in the dirt. Splitter. Now, he did not have that pitch the other night, but the others he did. And it is 1-2. Moore struck out twice by Crochet and then singled on a ground ball into left. Garrett Crochet was fabulous today for 6 innings. 1-2. Flied foul on the first base side, out of play. And then Whitlock came on, and you're on it, Lou. I really believe that means he gets tomorrow off, and he's totally ready to go Friday in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I think part of it, too, maybe I'm wanting Chapman to face this part of the order. So this is when they came up.
1-2. Fouled off.
So that's part of it. I think the other part is when you look out there, your leverage guys are Whitlock, Weissert, and Chapman. And could go 2, but he'd be unavailable on Friday.
Greg is up right now. I mean, he will not come in this inning, but just stretching out a little bit. 1-2, the pitch. High with a fastball. Julio Rodriguez next, and then Cal Raleigh. Red glove just outside his left ear. The 2-2 swinging a ground ball to third. Backhanded by Mayer. Crow hop and a throw right across. Again, just perfect timing. And there's one away. It's one of my favorite things to watch, Lou, and I know you're an appreciator of this. Player, coach, teammate to some of the great infielders. That internal clock in Marcelo Mayer is just a marvel to watch.
Yeah. One of the guys I always felt like playing with at the best was Johnny Valentin.
Really?
Third base, boy. He knew the runner. He looked like he was almost playing in slow motion, just smooth.
Here's Julio. Foul back to the screen. And Val was one of your favorite teammates ever, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I loved Val. But Val had his days, you know. I think Mo used to nickname him Sunshine. So, but Val was a great teammate. He'd get a little bit moody, even he'd admit it.
Don't we all? The pitch is in the dirt.
But he was such an underrated player. I mean, he was a great hitter for the Boston Red Sox. And he was a great third baseman, shortstop. He was an all-star. I mean, he was a really good player at this level. But he had an unbelievable internal clock at third base.
1-1, one down in the eighth. Chapman throws. Swing and a miss. Great slider. And it's 1-2. I think that's true. I think he's underappreciated for how good he was.
Yeah, I would agree.
3-1 Red Sox. Can't dial up a nicer day for a ball game. See if the Sox can get 5 more outs and get out of town with a series win. 1-2. Pitch is a high fastball. They got this countdown to the Ichiro induction 39 days away. He'll be there. And he's a guy who's visited the Hall of Fame a ton of times. He wears the white gloves. He wants to hold Babe Ruth's bat. He's a real appreciator of the history of the game, Ichiro is. 2-2 to Julio Rodriguez. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball, 99.5 miles an hour. And Rodriguez blown away. They're 2 away.
The only thing you don't like about this performance is that you're 1 out away from winning, right? You're used to Chapman being in there to close it out. Then you're like, oh, wait. All right, come on, Weiser. Weiser's got to close it.
My mindset is very much that way. You're used to seeing him going, okay, 3 more strikes.
It's a little different.
Here's Cal Raleigh. The pitch to him is chopped toward third. Mayer backhand. What a play. He plants, he intentionally throws low. It's picked out by Toro. You can't play third any better than this kid. And the inning is over.
That was intentional. He knew who was running. Just catch it real quick, throw. Just 1 hop, 2 hopper over there to Toro. It was fantastic.
That is just wonderful. That's baseball.
Playing that position like he's been there for a long time.
Marcelo, hang around, would you? We go to the 9th inning, 3-1 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
It's breakfast time at the McGee Manor, folks. Jenny goes in for the oat milk.
Dad.
Ooh, a rare spill from McGee.
Jimmy, he's doing it again.
Jimmy steps up to the plate. Will it be a clean sweep?
Really? We're still doing this?
He goes for a hash brown, and that tater is gone!
Along with my appetite.
Halfway home, and we would never miss a play.
Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com/Red Sox.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Top of the ninth, Romy leading off. The pitch is way inside, but called a strike. I guess that curveball is sort of bent in. Slider from Edward Bizzardo, former Red Sox farmman. It was good here on Monday night. 0-1 to Romy, who's 0 for 3 today. 3-1 Red Sox. The pitch misses outside. We do owe you the results of our Twitter poll. New England Chevy dealers question of the day. How many Red Sox will be in the All-Star game after Devers departs? 1-1. Romy takes the ball. What do you think?
2.
I do too. The masses barely disagree with you. They say 1, 38%, 2 at 36%, none at 19%. Those 19%, come on, 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Well, I mean, Garrett Crochet's not going to be an all-star? What?
Adam Jones voted. Just kidding, Jonesy.
Chapman's going to be there too. Yeah. 2-2. The pitch is a ground ball off the mound to second base. It's handled there by Polanco. He throws to first in time. And there's one away.
I mean, Crochet's going to be there. So if you're paying attention at all, you need to realize that. Chapman's got a very good shot. Although that's sometimes where the closer, that could depend on teams too. But he's been that good. And then, Narvaez, I don't know if he's going to sneak in.
Seems like a long shot. Yeah. Even though he's worthy. Here's Marcelo with one down in the ninth inning. He takes a strike. By the way, I do enjoy Jones and Keefe. They make me laugh every morning. They got a really good chemistry. They make fun of me too much, but, I live with that. 0-1. Pitch is a little bit low. I like to have fun. Come on. What's wrong with oink oink when Crochet strikes out 12 Yankees?
Is that where your brother went on?
Yeah.
With those guys?
Yeah, he went on their show. 1-1. The pitch is down and in.
Oh, that's good. Known Rich for a long time. Love him. Those two back together again.
Well, and Rich now is like the king of the City Connect jerseys.
It's nice it's nice that they sent him one.
You going to start your own campaign? 2-1. Pitch is high in the air into left field. This thing is crushed, but it is going to hang up in this ballpark. Randy Arozarena makes the play. I'll tell you what, Lou. I mean, Marcelo homered here today, but he could have 3 homers in other ballparks the way he swung the bat.
He's looked really comfortable, and it's not just like right now, Roman Anthony looking and say, okay, that's a good at-bat. Like he's maybe swinging the pitches he should. He's laying off some pitches. But then it's like, okay, now we get past that part of it. Let's start talking about barrels and driving the baseball, and that's where Marcelo is a little bit ahead of him. Of course, he's a week, 10 days before Anthony.
And he's a couple years older. Here's Trevor's story. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, in the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Story has the big swing of this game. 2-run homer to left center field back in the fourth. 3-1 Sox in the top of the ninth. The pitch is high. This is everything you'd want from Mayer. And it doesn't matter what the batting average is, Lou. He hit 2 homers in a game against the Yankees. He hit his first at Yankee Stadium. He's been fabulous here in a must-recover series with life after Devers. His story takes a strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, I feel like Anthony's where Marcelo was about a week to 10 days ago or so, right? He's got 2 weeks on Roman. I think the shock factor is real. These guys come up here and they're like, wow, this is a lot different. These guys got better stuff. And Marcelo went through it too before that Yankee game. And he's been swinging it really nice since, hitting the ball hard. And I just think Roman's there right now, so give it a little bit of time. Give it another week or even sooner, you can start seeing the contact.
1-2 to Story. Pitch is right there. He was looking something else. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and the inning is over. Well, Greg Weissert is going to come on, try to get the last 3 outs of this one. Sox to the bottom of the ninth. 3-1 they lead. Series win in the balance on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
Oh, IXL.
And it's really helping your kids?
Oh, yeah. IXL figures out where each kid needs support and gives them the practice they need.
Go Chipmunks! Go Chipmunks! So my third grader and my high schooler could both use IXL?
Yep.
Are we talking about IXL?
Do your kids use IXL too?
Sure do. Research shows 20 minutes a week helps improve kids' test scores.
Go IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
The march to spring training and opening day is upon us. Rob Bradford from Baseballs and Boring here, and we'll have you covered every single day with podcasts that aim to educate, entertain, and inform you as a baseball fan. Follow Baseballs and Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Jorge Polanco against Greg Weissert as we lead off the bottom of the ninth. Red Sox leading the Mariners 3-1. Weissert has been phenomenal for the Sox with his red glove closed off stance. He throws, and Polanco takes a ball, a slider low. Red Sox 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Mariners. The updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Let's make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno. 1-0. Foul, third base side. And it is 1-1. Weissert will, Lou, your name is Lou, I'm Will. Weissert's been fabulous.
He's been good. And I like to see him aggressive, too. The fastball's been great. The changeup really nice versus lefties. But, 2-run cushion here in the ninth. Kind of attack, get ahead. That way you can expand.
1-1. Outside, not ahead. Behind, 2-1. So you've deserted me for TV, so my instinct sometimes is to call my partner Will.
And that's okay. It's all right, Obi.
We are talking Sox. 2-1. Red Sox lead 3-1. Thanks to Trevor Story's 2-run homer in the fourth that changed the entire complexion of this game. By the way, the Red Sox are not messing around. They got Justin Wilson up in the bullpen. So if Weissert has trouble, he'll get out of here as a ground ball to second, handled by Hamilton. He throws to first in time. And there's one away.
Yeah, the other part of that, too, is you get guys like J.P. Crawford and Tellez. All lefties on the bench, right? Canzone, Young, because of Crochet on the mound. Wilson's up there just for that kind of protection, right? Start unloading all the lefties.
Don't you think they do that only the Red Sox with 2 outs? I sort of do. 1 out, here's Randy Arozarena. He skies one foul on the first base side.
They got to get a guy on before they start thinking about doing that, right?
Yeah. And, of course, Weissert has to face Arozarena and Garver, who's on deck. It's totally possible they'll pinch hit for Garver. In fact, I would bet they would. 0-1. Pitch is down and in.
And they are. Canzone's already on deck. Because you're right, he's forced to face this guy. After that, Wilson can come in and face some of those lefties if they want.
1-1. Pitch inside, a fastball. Well, this in some ways becomes the key hitter. You got to get Arozarena right on right. I mean, he's really talented, but the one thing you cannot do here is walk him.
No. So we say pound the zone, be aggressive.
1 out, bottom 9. Red Sox lead 3-1, 2-1. Pitch is outside. Now, Weissert walked the first 2 hitters on 8 pitches the last time. And he's fighting it a little bit here. 3-1 to Arozarena. Weissert sets. He throws, and he missed badly. Up and in. Uncharacteristic from Greg the last couple of times. The misses have been big. And Arozarena's down on the knee. Come on. I know it's scary, but there's no intent. Take your base. Move on. Now the tying run comes to the plate in the pinch hitting Dom Canzone.
They'll have a little chat with him just to calm down a little bit. But you're right. That's why I say, pound the zone, no free passes, because that last time we saw him, even in that 2-0 win, he came out in the 8th and did give, walked a couple of guys. Didn't give up a hit, but it's now an inning and a third. He's walked 3.
Lou, I don't think this is only to calm him down. I think they're getting Wilson hot right now. I think Alex Cora is playing the chess match in his mind because, you got Garver now, then Solano and Williamson, certainly by the 8-9 holes, but maybe even as soon as Solano. I think you could see J.P. Crawford right away.
Well, if you're Wilson, I think Crawford's the guy you want to go to, and you got to be ready for that matchup. So, you come in. Really, for anybody, you're trailing 3-1, doesn't matter. You figure it out later.
1 on, 1 out. Meister, arm dangling, looking into Wong. Double play depth behind him. Dom Canzone is in, and the pitch is a beauty. That's a really good fastball at 96 for strike 1. That should settle Greg down. Oh and 1 from the belt. Here's the pitch and a check swing. That was a changeup, and he went around. Wow, that didn't look like a swing at all to me. And it's 0-2.
Wow, I was right. I didn't think he went. This changeup was way out, almost non-competitive. Canzone, no, I think he held up. Sox get a little bit of a break. Nice to get some breaks here lately.
0-2. 1 on, 1 out, 3-1 in the 9th. Here's the pitch, and it is a chopper up the middle that could end the game. Story at second, throw to first, and time. Ball game over. A double play ends it, and fittingly, Story right in the middle of everything. His 2-run homer, the difference in the game behind Garrett Crochet, who did what Crochet has done. An awesome 6 innings without his best stuff, and the Red Sox take 2 of 3 in their first series without Rafi Devers. 3-1 the final from Seattle. Sox have won 4 straight series. On to San Francisco and the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Back in Seattle, the Red Sox beat the Mariners 3-1. It took 2 hours and 14 minutes in front of 32,200. Garrett Crochet, the winning pitcher. Luis Castillo is the loser because of a big swing from Trevor Story and one from Marcelo Mayer. We hope to chat with Marcelo in a moment. Will Fleming, Lou Merloni. Look, I got asked before the game, is this the most important start for Garrett Crochet? No. He's been great. He just pitched against the Yankees at Fenway and Yankee Stadium. But he did what he has always done, and it is in the context of where things are going. Every series, Lou, without Devers, is important so that the Red Sox can stay in this thing, and they've won 4 straight series.
At some point, people are going to, realize baseball, that every night is important.
Yeah.
Right? You got to keep it going. You're now 10-3 in your last 13. Well, tonight's important. You want to keep it. Well, if you were 3-10, tonight would be important too.
Yeah.
Every single game is important. That's how these guys were brought up. That's how you are programmed. Whether you're 0 for 4, 4 for 4, throw a shutout, get hammered, whatever. You got to wake up and come back and do it again. Every single game is important. And now this team is, like I said, won 10 out of 13. They're 11-5 in June. They've won 4 straight series, 6 of 7 series. And you got a good little thing going here, and it's all kind of through pitching, right? Because they got 3 hits, 2 homers, but only 3 hits. But still, it doesn't matter. You won the series.
You did. And they've won 4 straight. We're going to step aside. Nissan postgame show continues from Seattle after this. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode. So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer today to save big during the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue or Pathfinder. For a limited time until supplies last, assembled with U.S. and imported parts. Available on 2025 Nissan Rogue or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder from new dealer stock. Example, 0% APR financing for 60 months at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7725.
Great news! Get over $500 in value by making the move to Fios. Switch to Fios today to receive a $200 Verizon gift card. Combine Fios with Verizon Mobile and save an additional $300 per year. Plus, both plans come with a price lock guarantee. So head to your local Verizon store for details on this limited time offer. Gift card offer ends 7/8/25. Must maintain Fios service in good standing for 65 days and register gift card per offer terms. One offer per account. Price guarantee for new customers on My Plan and Select My Home plans and excludes taxes and other charges. See store for details.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Just like our hometown Legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Marcelo Mayer, it feels like a good day for him to hit a home run in Seattle. Leads off against Luis Castillo. The pitch to him is driven high and deep into right field. It is gone! Yes, it was. And Marcelo himself joins us down in the Red Sox clubhouse. You make me look good sometimes, Marcelo, and I very much appreciate that. You look good all the time on the field. He launched to give the Red Sox a lead. What an important series win. You look so much more comfortable, even after just a couple weeks in the big leagues. What does this win feel like for you?
Yeah. Damn, why is it so loud?
We apologize for that. We'll try to pot it down.
It's all good, thanks.
Can you hear?
Not really.
We're just talking about how much more comfortable you look. You know, like you had some time with some of those lefties, but today the contact was hard. Like the last few days, I mean, you're really seeing the ball well here recently, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've made a pretty good adjustment in the cage working with some of the hitting guys. Obviously, this is, I believe, 4 wins in a row, or series wins in a row. So yeah. We're playing really good baseball, defense, hitting, pitching. So, yeah, we're just looking to keep it rolling.
Just spectacular stuff at third base all series long, Marcel. And really, since you've been over there, you make it look easy.
Some would say boring.
Yeah, some might say boring, but you really look locked in over there at third. Is it just kind of come naturally to you?
I think a little bit, just going from short to third. I think it's a easier adjustment, but growing up, I played a lot of goalie in soccer, so I kind of approach it that way, just because everything's hit so hard too, and you have to react to a lot of things. So I'm really starting to enjoy the position. Like I've always said, wherever they want me to play, I'm going to go out there and give it 100%.
You know, you mentioned how you guys are playing good baseball. It took a while for you to get that first win, right? When you were up here, I think it was 4 or 5 games. But recently, you know, the starting pitching, right? Garrett Crochet on the mound. But you have to tie defense into it. But with a guy like Crochet, what have you just seen in just your few weeks every time this guy takes the mound?
Yeah, I mean, it's just electric. Every time he takes the mound, we think it's a great opportunity for us to win the game. And you know, he did it again, held him to 1 run, and it makes our job on the offensive side that much easier. Trevor with the 2-run homer. Really, that's really all we needed. So it was a good victory.